They beating Atlanta, the Saints are now, if they win today, a half game in front of Atlanta.
Saints have won the toss. Michael Lewis, the only player in the NFL to return a kickoff and a punt for a touchdown this season. Lewis fields the opening kickoff at the 9-yard line. Lewis out to the 25, a 16-yard return. Aaron Brooks injured in the second half in the win over Tampa Bay on Sunday night, with 23 touchdown passes this season, trailing only New England's Tom Brady. Brooks in his fourth season out of the University of Virginia. His second full season as a starter. Saints start at their own 26-yard line. Two tight ends, Deuce McAllister, the lone back. And this is McAllister over the 1,000-yard mark for the season, gains 4 out to the 30. Ed Hartwell made the tackle. The New Orleans Saints ranked 14th offensively. Their right tackle, Spencer Palau, a former Raven, played in the Super Bowl with the Ravens 2 years ago. McAllister and Smith in the backfield, Horn and Paython, the wideouts, and the tight end, David Sloan. Second down and 6 for the Saints. From the 30, 3 wide receivers set. Brooks to the air for the first time, and the catch is made close to the marker by the tight end, David Sloan. Ed Hartwell, Cornell Brown in on the tackle for the Ravens' 21st ranked defense. Mike Nolan, the new coordinator this season. They play a 3-4. Thomas, Gregg, and Weaver up front. Of course, the Ravens without Michael McCrary and Ray Lewis. A young secondary, Baxter and McAllister, the corners, and a couple of rookie safeties, Dents and Reed. Sloan did pick up the first down from the 37. This is McAllister, and he gains 2 yards out to the 39, setting up second down and 8, and Reed on the tackle.
Well, what the Ravens want to do today is disrupt Joe Horn. Horn, Pro Bowl caliber, Pro Bowl year, and there's Chris McAllister on him. Horn blocking McAllister, but he can block him because Chris McAllister is going to be up in Joe Horn's face all day, trying to bang him around. But, Kenny, the only way you can do that safely is if there's a safety helping you behind.
Off the play fake, Brooks slipped, and now throws, and it's broken up. James Trapp got a piece of it. Jerome Paython, the former Colt, the intended receiver.
Ravens got good pressure on Aaron Brooks. You said it, they play the 3-4, but here comes both linebackers coming from the left side. So Aaron Brooks has to hurry. Here's Horn being pressed by Chris McAllister. Watch it here. McAllister up on him. He gets his hands on Horn. And again, he can do that, Kenny, because he's got help. He's got the safety backing him up for the deep ball.
Chris McAllister has been bothered by injuries. He's missed 3 of the last 4 games. Saints have to get to the 47 for a first. Brooks loves one up. Penalty flag, and the catch is made. No, Stallworth ruled out of bounds. Came down out of bounds, but a penalty marker.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pass interference against Chris McAllister.
It is against the Ravens. Terry McCauley, our referee.
Illegal contact. Defense. Number 21. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, McAllister, one of the better cornerbacks in the league. He's got that bad ankle. Now here he is up on Stallworth, and there's the push right there. And that shove was beyond 5 yards. So that's the illegal contact. So McAllister is allowed to press Horn, to press Stallworth, but he has to hit him frontally, and he has to hit him within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, it's 5 yards and a first down.
The wide receiver screen to Joe Horn, and he lunges into Ravens territory. His 67th reception of the season, which is 4th in the NFC.
And this time Aaron Brooks sees that McAllister has backed off. See the space right there? And so that's an easy one. You just pass it out to Horn, let him make a play, let him put a move on McAllister. Nice open field tackle by McAllister, but hey, it's still a 7-yard gain. Setting up second down and 3 from the Ravens 49.
slow, the tight end in motion. Brooks swings it out to McAllister. But a nice defensive play. Bernardo Harris brings Deuce McAllister down for a loss of 2 yards.
Well, everyone knows that the heart and soul of this defense and this team, Kenny, is Ray Lewis, and most people know that he is now out for the season. So Bernardo Harris, Ed Hartwell having to fill in on the inside. And even though Ray Lewis isn't out on the field, players on both sides, even the Saints were saying, yeah, but he's still going to be there on the sideline inspiring that defense.
Gets his teammates fired up even when he's not in uniform. 4 wide receivers set. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 5. And the throw is off the fingertips of Jerome Pathon, so the Saints will punt.
Well, I like Mike Nolan's decision to come with a pressure package, and you're going to see the pressure come from this side. There's the blitz. There's Ed Reed coming on the safety blitz. And again, Aaron Brooks not having time to wait for a receiver to come open.
Toby going from his own 40-yard line. Lamont Brightful lets it go. And it does not bounce into the end zone. Downed on the 5-yard line by Fakir Brown. A 46-yard punt by Goen.
Right now, fly Southwest Airlines for just $39 to $99 each way when you purchase by December 12th. So get packing.
You are now free to move about the country.
Honey, I'm stuck in North America. Could you write this down, please? You go south through Canada.
Need a lot of minutes? Switch to Sprint, and for just $30 a month, get unlimited night and weekend minutes and 300 anytime minutes. And get a free PCS phone instantly at Sprint stores.
Boy, that was embarrassing.
It never happened.
PCS from Sprint. Clearly, the phone to give or get.
First reconfigurable luxury SUT. Cadillac Escalade EXT. Breakthrough.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 37.
A look at the Inner Harbor, due east of Raven Stadium. Saints punted following their first possession, so Jeff Blake and the Ravens start from their own 6.
I like that Inner Harbor there in Baltimore.
You spent quality time at the Inner Harbor.
We got on the USS Constellation.
And there is Jeff Blake, who spent the last 2 seasons with the Saints, 7-4 as a starter for New Orleans 2 seasons ago. The pitch to Jamal Lewis. And Lewis out to the 10-yard line, a gain of 4. Darren Smith, Norman Hand in on the tackle. Ravens ranked 30th offensively. Strength of their offensive line, the left side. Jonathan Ogden has started the last 5 Pro Bowls. Lewis over 1,000 yards. Louisiana native Alan Ricard is the fullback. Travis Taylor, Ron Johnson, the wideouts. And the Ravens' top receiver this season is the tight end, Todd Heaton. Heaton shifting to the right. On 2nd down and 6. Blake throwing for the first time. And making the catch along the sideline, Travis Taylor for a gain of 24 yards.
Well, Dale Carter, the Saints' best cornerback, is not in the game. And so that means Fred Thomas, who you see here, is going to have to cover Taylor today. And he doesn't do a good job at all there. He doesn't get a press on Taylor. He lets him get completely behind him. He knows he's got help from Bellamy. but he's got to help Bellamy too. He's got to get something on Travis Taylor.
Dale Carter out with the shoulder injury. Blake loses the football. It's still loose. Saints say they have it, and they do. The 27th Raven fumble. Only the Minnesota Vikings have fumbled more times this season than the Ravens. It was recovered by Willie Whitehead.
And I don't know if Norman Hand, I think that just fumbled it. I mean, Jeff Blake just it's not, he doesn't fumble it, he bumbles it. Watch this right here. I mean, he just totally bumbles it, and his hand is going back when he loses it, so that it's clearly a fumble. Look at this right here. Just, whoop. I mean, that looks like the Keystone Cops.
So the Saints start from the Ravens 22. Penalty markers on first down.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 64, 5-yard penalty, first down.
We said that at the beginning of this game, Kenny, that the Ravens, who are 6-6, but a very young team, an inexperienced team, and kind of on the edge of the playoff picture, we're going to have to come up with some big plays of their own, and that's a huge play against the Ravens, to fumble the ball deep in your own territory. And Jeff Blake, of course, wanted to have a big day today. The Saints expected his A game, and that was more like his B game.
First and 15 following the penalty. A sliding catch made at the 15-yard line by Jerome Pathon for a gain of 12.
And this is the luxury that Aaron Brooks has. You know, Aaron Brooks is a young quarterback. I think people forget that because he's a precocious guy. He seems older than he really is. But he gets some serious help here. I mean, Pathon does a great job motoring down and then getting low to make that a reception. It was not a well-thrown pass.
Looking to turn the corner. And taken down at the 16-yard line was McAllister, brought down by Adalis Thomas.
The interesting thing to me about this Ravens defense is, you know, all the big-name players that they've lost. I mean, Rob Burnett and Tony Siragusa and Ray Lewis being out. This defense is number 2 in the NFL when it comes to the rush average. That means opposing offenses yards per carry, they're at like 3.7. That's number 2 in the NFL, so they're still very solid against the run.
And the Saints send down 3 wide receivers on third down and 3. Brooks throws to the end zone, and it's broken up. James Pratt makes the play. Jerome Pathon, the intended target of Aaron Brooks.
Well, James Trapp gets away with a little physical action against Pathon, and you're going to see, here's Trapp right here. Watch him, he's going to bump Pathon right there. He bumps him and shoves him, but he does a great job of turning around and making a play on the ball. And that's why there's no flag on that. That is excellent coverage by Trapp.
Trapp, the 10-year veteran, spent 6 years with the Raiders. So John Carney, who has hit 11 of his last 12, out to attempt a 34-yard field goal. Just makes it through. So the Saints strike first. They lead the Ravens here in the first quarter. They capitalize on the fumble.
What kind of hot sauce you got?
There's mild, medium, hot, and 3-alarm radioactive fireball surprise.
Okay.
That was mild?
Uh-huh.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I guess you don't want to try the medium one.
Bud Light.
Working Now there's an American Express card with rewards built in. You can get double rewards points for things you buy every day and a point for virtually every other dollar you spend. So you can earn rewards in double time.
The party is on at the 2002 Billboard Music Awards with performances by Justin Timberlake, Avril Lavigne, Nelly, Creed, Faith Hill, appearances by Rod Stewart, Cher, Michael Jackson, and more. Live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Cedric the Entertainer hosts the 2002 Billboard Music Awards at 8/7 Central, Fox Monday.
Back in Baltimore, Saints capitalizing following the Jeff Blake fumble. Lead the Ravens 3-0.
Saints 0 for 2 right now on third down, Kenny, and the key was 3rd and 3. Ravens defense holds the Saints to a field goal after the Jeff Blake fumble.
And remember, Lamont Rightful let that punt bounce. Well, he's not out on this return. It's Chester Taylor. Rightful, the usual return man for the Ravens. And Taylor out across the 45, his first return of the season. The rookie out of Toledo brings it back 42 yards.
Chester Taylor looked like he was on a slalom course, slaloming back and forth between Saints defenders. Big special teams play by the Ravens.
If you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When monitoring a patient after open heart surgery, the brand of battery hospitals trust most is Duracell. Duracell, trusted everywhere. Still think all batteries are the same? Consider this. When IMAX needed power for their camera, they trusted Duracell. Up there or down here on Earth. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Dublin, Ohio, a town divided between Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger and Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss.
People, there's common ground here. Bert and Cindy, don't you both love Swiss? Yeah. Of course you do. And who here doesn't enjoy hickory smoked bacon? Some like it on a whole breast filet, and some on a cheeseburger. But are we going to let that tear us apart?
Yeah. Choose Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger or Chicken Bacon Swiss. It's better here.
Wow. MP3 player, digital camera, DVD player. Very nice. Looks like some of these kids are going to be very happy this holiday.
Kids. Could you? I'll be right.
Something for everyone. Circuit City has tons of great gift ideas this holiday season. Circuit City, we're with you.
Hey, my wife loves these things. All wives love things.
Could you?
Looking for laughs on Sunday night? Then don't miss The Simpsons, King of the Hill, Malcolm and Andy Richter. The best comedies on television.
Don't struggle. Hello, anything faster.
It all starts at 8/7 Central tonight on Fox.
Chester Taylor, rookie out of Toledo. Brian Billick compared him to a young Terry Allen, former Raven.
Fabulous kickoff return by Taylor, and I'll be surprised if he doesn't do some water skiing in the offseason.
Brought it all the way back out to the 47-yard line. Jamal Lewis looks to go up the middle, but was wrapped up. Darren Howard, the first Saint in on the stop.
Let's take a look, Kenny, at this return by Chester Taylor. It's fabulous, and the reason why I talk about water skiing, watch him. He makes breaks. He slaloms. He left and then right and then left and then right. He's going back and forth, making methodical cuts right up through the Saints coverage team. And the Saints are no slouch when it comes to special teams and coverage. They're one of the best in the league.
And there's Lamont Rightful, the usual Ravens return man. On 2nd and 9, catch made by Jamal Lewis. First down and more inside the 30. Penalty marker. Finally forced out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A 27-yard catch and run by Lewis.
Saints playing the Ravens' run game very aggressively. And the Ravens take advantage of that aggressiveness with a nicely set up screen pass.
Holding. Offense. Number 89. 10-yard penalty.
It all comes back because Travis Taylor gets a holding penalty, and that's a shame because this play was very, very well executed. Good blocking up front by the Ravens offensive lineman. Excellent running by Jamal Lewis.
So the Ravens force back to midfield, 2nd down and 19.
And Jamal Lewis got winded for nothing. You can see him still trying to catch his breath.
Right pass incomplete, and Ron Johnson has struggled this season holding on to the football, the rookie out of Minnesota.
Remember earlier we saw Pathon make an excellent catch for quarterback Aaron Brooks, Saint quarterback, and here's the holding penalty there by Travis Taylor. Boy, that's just being sloppy. I mean, he had good body position. He really didn't need to hold him. And then here's this drop pass. I mean, that is a luxury. The luxury of a good receiver and making catches, making the difficult catch. Aaron Brooks had it so far today. Jeff Blake didn't have it on that play.
Now 4 wide receivers, 3rd down and 7. Blake from the shotgun, under pressure, steps up and throws, deflected by Deep, and then nearly intercepted by Darren Smith.
Well, Jeff Blake's offensive line did a good job. But one thing about Jeff Blake, when he's forced to move at all, he does not throw very accurately at all. You're going to see Heap right here, and Heap's the #1 receiver for the Ravens, and that ball is thrown high and off the mark. Now, the pocket sets up pretty nicely, but Jeff Blake gets on the move. He doesn't plant his feet, and that's why the pass is off. Jeff Blake not strong enough in the
Fake punts him, and now it's blocked. Fred McAfee blocked the punt. Zastudil hesitated, looked like he was going to throw, and then tried to punt it away, and it was blocked by Fred McAfee. Zastudil, a quarterback in high school, has already thrown 1 pass this season. Looked like he was going to throw another, and then tried to punt it away.
Well, here comes the rush. I don't know if he was supposed to run a fake punt and then didn't see his receiver downfield. No, that was a fake punt, and he didn't see his receiver, and then he thought he'd try to punt it in an emergency. So someone either was covered or didn't run the fake punt that was called.
So the Ravens get a taste of their own medicine. Brooks pass incomplete, intended for Deuce McAllister. Ravens have blocked punts the last 2 weeks, scoring touchdowns on both blocks. And this time it's the Saints special teams who come up with the big play.
We're going to take a look. Zastudil, he's looking over here to his gunner. That's where he wants to throw the ball on this fake punt. Let's see what happens on that. Yeah, there's a great play right there. The gunner gets stuffed, and so there's no receiver to throw to. So that's a good job by the Saints defense to disrupt that play.
2nd and 10 from the 28. Brooks, pump fake, now throws to the end zone. The catch is made for the touchdown by Dante Stallworth. 28 yards, Stallworth 7. Touchdown reception. This season, it's a new Saints rookie record.
This is just a perfectly executed play by Aaron Brooks and Dante Stallworth, because Brooks gives the pump fake to Gary Baxter. Baxter bites on it, and if you bite on a pump fake with Dante Stallworth's speed, it's over.
John Carney for the point after. Saints now on top, 10-0. Here in Baltimore, 24th touchdown throw of the season by Brooks.
Never yield to convention. Cadillac CTS. Breakthrough.
Another holiday on the credit card, huh? Yeah, my balance is really piling up.
I'll worry about that in January.
You could get a Capital One no hassle card.
Nah.
High interest charges running up your balance? Get the Capital One no hassle card for the nation's lowest long-term fixed rates, $0 fraud liability, and no telemarketing.
What's in your wallet?
Mr. Stevens?
Yeah.
Got you down for over 130 channels, $39.99 a month.
Right. So
Every channel's digital quality. There's access to 31 premium movie channels, 60 pay-per-view movie titles a month.
great. So that can go on the back of the roof?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, good. So go ahead and pull around back.
You work for the cable company, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why settle for cable? Get a 2-room DirecTV system with installation for under $50.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by DirecTV. Movies, music, and exclusive sports from the leader in digital satellite entertainment. By Cadillac, bold vehicles defying convention. By Circuit City, we're with you. And by Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Back in Baltimore, 10-0 Saints. Aaron Brooks, 28-yard touchdown throw to Dante Stallworth following the block punt. Earlier, the Saints capitalized following a Jeff Blake fumble. Toby Goen kicking off. Chester Taylor from the 5 had a 42-yard return moments ago. Brings this one back 18 yards to the 23. Roger Knight brought him down.
Does RoboCat cough up Robo hairballs? It's metal, but that's not the point. The chips that power RoboCat are only manufactured in Palo Alto, but the assembly plant is in Tokyo. If my girlfriend gets RoboCat, would it be jealous of me? Of you? Yeah. No. Now focus. They ship the chips with FedEx International Services. Get time-definite, reliable service in Tokyo. RoboCat's the biggest thing to hit Japan since Godzilla. Did I get it? Yeah, you're fine.
It used to be business was conducted face-to-face, and people were helpful. It was known as common courtesy. At Siebel, we make application software that lets you once again give your customers personalized service. It's made a real difference in a lot of successful companies. It could make one in yours. Siebel, good service is good business.
Introducing Remington's new microscreen TCT, built for closeness, designed for comfort, with the only triple screen system that automatically adjusts for a closer shave with less irritation. Now, just imagine how it's gonna feel.
I've been really trying, baby.
So you like it, huh?
For the ultimate in closeness and comfort, the new Remington. What a great shave feels like.
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. Call 877-NFL-SHOP for your free team catalog.
Saints score a touchdown. I want you to watch Aaron Brooks and his pump fake, and then the move by Dante Stallworth. So there's the pump fake, and there's the inside move, and then Stallworth takes it back to the outside. And that pump fake actually beats not only Gary Baxter, the cornerback, but Anthony Mitchell, the safety, who's trying to help out over the top. Aaron Brooks relaxing after a nice touchdown pass. He's a very even-tempered guy, isn't he?
We asked him yesterday if he would be bothered by the cold as Blake throws downfield. Taylor, double coverage, Bellamy and Thomas. We check in for the first time with James Brown, JB.
Hey, Kenny and Tim, take a look at how San Francisco came back from 3 down. The most productive combination around Garcia to Owens with 12 seconds left. That's 8-yard strike. San Fran goes on to win it 31-27 and clinch the division. Back to Kenny and Tim.
All right, thanks, JB. And Terrell Owens decided to celebrate in the end zone in Dallas. Let him stop. Jamal Lewis cut down for a loss. Ken Irvin makes the tackle.
And that's exactly how you want to tackle Jamal Lewis. He takes those short steps. He's not a strider, so if you get onto his ankles, and you get any kind of force there, you can upset him. You can send him top over the bottom. See, he takes those small stutter steps, and Ken Irvin gets a nice hit on his ankle. Also a good play on the play before by Jay Bellamy staying over the top of Travis Taylor. So good defensive effort here by the Saints secondary.
Setting up a third down and 16. Ravens have to get to the 34-yard line. Blake in trouble. He throws, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Todd Heap.
One thing the Saints wanted to do was cover Todd Heap with a cornerback. Heap obviously a tight end, but he's got great moves, and so Fred Thomas, 22, has got the coverage on Heap. Now here's Jeff Blake again, scrambling, having to move around in the pocket, and he doesn't throw an accurate pass. There's Thomas right there, perfect coverage, really no place for Jeff Blake to go.
Cassido gets the punt off. This time, it's a good one. Michael Lewis backpedals to the 32, and then takes off. He fumbles, and it looks like the Ravens have it. They do. Recovered by the long snapper, Joe Maise.
And the Ravens players have got to be saying to themselves, yep, this is how it goes. This is Ravens football. That's what's happened this year. This is how they've ended up 6-6, still in the playoff hunt. They're not playing very well today. They've made mistakes of their own. But all of a sudden, a 10-0 game, they're back in it because they come up with a big turnover on special teams.
Knocked loose by Chad Williams.
Again, he got all 3 game balls last week for offense, defense, and special teams.
And then recovered by the long snapper. So the Ravens back to work from the Saints 44. Lewis gains 2 down to the 42-yard line. Charlie Clemens made the tackle. 25th takeaway for the Ravens. Chad Williams last week blocked a punt. Also returned an interception, 98 yards. For a touchdown, and Brian Billick said, I gave him the offensive game ball as well. He was my leading scorer on offense.
And those kinds of big plays are the things that have kept the Ravens alive, and now they're still alive in this game here. But I think, Kenny, that Jeff Blake is going to have to connect. He's going to have to get the passing game going because Jamal Lewis, although he's strong and he gets stronger as the game goes on and he's back to form, the Saints defense right now, they're just stacking the line of scrimmage. They've got Sammy Knight. He's the safety. He's playing up. They're going to play 8-man front all day long until Jeff Blake can soften up the secondary by having some success in the passing game. Right now, Blake is 2 for 6.
And he also turned the ball over, fumbled on the Ravens' opening drive. 3rd down and 7. Ravens have to get to the 34 for a first down. Penalty marker as Blake's pass is caught by Heath, but Cedric Hodge was right there to bring him down 2 yards shy of the marker. And the penalty is against the Ravens.
Illegal motion, offense, number 82. Penalties declined, 4th down.
Jim Haslett declines the penalty because he did not pick up the first down. There's Terry Jones Jr., the guilty Raven.
Ravens are going to go for it.
It's a 4th and about 2.5 from the 37-yard line.
Why not? You've got a young, inexperienced team. You're 6-6. Heck, Pittsburgh lost today. Go for it. You're 10 points down and you're at home.
And the pass is dropped. Second drop by a Raven wide receiver. Ron Johnson earlier. This time, Travis Taylor.
I said Jeff Blake was going to have to make the passing game work, and he is, but he's also going to have to get some help because this is starting to get a little ridiculous here. That ball is thrown in there perfectly. I'd say that looks like a catch and a fumble to me, Kenny. I think that's a catch and a fumble. Not that it matters. It's still the Saints ball. Either way, it's the Saints ball with a first down. But see, I think he's got control of that ball, and Brian Cox just hammers him.
So the Ravens, who kept the football following the Michael Lewis fumble, lose it on down.
You know, Jeff Blake, I mean, he needs help. He needs Travis Taylor to hold on to that. He needed Ron Johnson to hang on to the one he dropped.
Aaron Brooks and the Saints back to work from their own 37. Brooks with loads of time and finds his man, Joe Horn. But he was not able to hang on. We'll check in once again with James Brown.
Kenny and Tim, take a look at how Cleveland stays a half game behind Pittsburgh in the North. What a finish to this game. Tim Couch calling a Hail Mary pass 50 yards in the air. This to Quincy Morgan, while Butch Davis' squad 13-4 under him when they scored 20 points or more. Back to Kenny and Tim.
Remember the Browns' first win a couple of years ago? The Hail Marys and Couch to Kevin Johnson against the Saints. And Couch does it again today. Brooks overthrows Deuce McAllister. I know you remember that because Johnson was a Syracuse guy.
Absolutely. You always root for the other Syracuse guys. Well, Aaron Brooks right now doesn't have to be considered. The biggest thing he has to do, Kenny, don't turn the ball over. You've got a 10-0 lead. The Ravens' offense has not been able to get anything going, run or pass. So more important than converting on third down and moving the chains for Aaron Brooks is don't give them that big play.
3 wide receivers on 3rd and 10. And the pass deflected by the strong safety, the rookie out of Miami, Ed Reed. Pass intended for the veteran, Jake Reed. So the Saints will punt with just under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. New Orleans with a 10-0 lead. Saints started the year 6-1, but they've lost 3 of their last 5 games.
Tell you, but for giving up the deep pass to Dante Stallworth for the touchdown, the Ravens have played the Saints well offensively.
Fair catch called for by Brightful following the 38-yard punt. Well, Tim, next week it's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader beginning with America's #1 pregame show as JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy get you ready for kickoff. And the Redskins take on the Eagles. Packers will visit the 49ers, plus other regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, next Sunday on Fox.
Packers 49ers is a fabulous game. And interestingly, talking to Jim Haslett yesterday, of course, Saints are in the playoff hunt. And I said, where would you least like to play? And he said, 49ers first least like to play, and then the Packers second.
The end around to Travis Taylor. Taylor across midfield, finally down at the Saints 44. A 31-yard pickup on the end around to Taylor.
The guy that really makes this play work, besides Taylor, is Jonathan Ogden. And here you get to see the big guy right there. He comes out, and he's got to block Cedric Hodge. And Hodge is a very fast linebacker, fast and elusive. And watch Ogden right here. He comes out, and he's the guy that gives Travis Taylor the corner and gives him all that open space. Excellent block by Ogden.
Biggest play so far today by the Ravens offense. Blake airing it out. And the pass was caught down at the 1-yard line. What a catch by Heath. 43 yards.
This is why Todd Heath is so dangerous as a receiver. He's too fast and elusive for linebackers. Well, on this play, he's too physical for a cornerback. Beautiful play. He just comes up over the top of Fred Thomas. Watch it. There's no push. There's nothing there. It's just perfectly played. He out-muscles him. He out-physicals. Not that there's any such word as out-physicaling, but that's what he did.
On 1st and goal, Jamal Lewis is in for the touchdown. 6th rushing touchdown of the season for Lewis, following the longest reception of Todd Heath's 2-year NFL career. A couple of big plays, the 31-yard end around to Taylor, and a 43-yard pass play from Jeff Blake to Todd Heath. That's Stover. Adds the extra point. The Ravens have pulled to within 3.
Now Now through Sunday at Zales, take up to an extra $300 off, even on sale prices on diamonds throughout the store. Like this $9.99 2-carat diamond necklace, now just $8.49. And this stunning $19.99 8-carat diamond bracelet for only $16.99. That's up to an extra $300 off, even on sale prices, now through Sunday. At Zales, the diamond store.
Well, Jamal Lewis scores the Ravens touchdown, but Todd Heap was the man who gets the assist on it with this beautiful play here. Fred Thomas on the coverage. Thomas has position. Ball's actually underthrown. Watch Heap. He leaps up over the top of Thomas and just rips that ball down. That is beautiful football by the rookie tight end. Look at that. Second-year player. Excuse me.
Heap with his second reception today has a team-leading 48 on the season. Only the Giants' Jeremy Shockey has more catches this year among tight ends in the NFL than Todd Heap. Kickoff taken at the 8-yard line by Michael Lewis. Lewis forced out of bounds at the 25 by Chad Williams.
I said Aaron Brooks didn't have to worry about third down conversions so much, but this game is critically important to New Orleans. And you see here with Tampa Bay winning, what that does is if New Orleans can win this game and win, so they'll have 9, they're one game behind Tampa Bay, but only one game, because if Tampa Bay loses another game and the Saints can win out, the Saints have the tiebreaker. They beat Tampa Bay twice this season. Once in the opener, in overtime down in Tampa Bay, and once last week on Sunday night.
So if they finish tied, the Saints have the tiebreaker. Out to the 29-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on first down.
The thing that's still really impressive and it's jumping out at me right now about this Ravens defense is the way they've limited Deuce McAllister. McAllister averaging, 2.3 yards a carry. It's almost half of his regular output. This group up here, not a lot of big names. No big names at all. Kind of a no-name front seven.
The inside handoff to the fullback, Terrell Smith. And Smith gains 5. Stopped 1 yard shy of the marker, only his second carry this season.
And there you see the Ravens rush defense. Now this number right here, 3.7, that's enough for number 2 in the NFL. That's the second best in the league. And today, they're even better than that. They're going to need their run defense here, wouldn't you think?
They're holding the Saints to under 3 yards per run. Third down and 1. And it looks like the Ravens have got the job done. Bernardo Harris starting for the injured Ray Lewis. We'll see where the officials spot the ball.
And Bernardo Harris is the guy that makes this play. I said Deuce McAllister has an injured ankle, and he does. Last week, he ran for 99 yards, and he was spectacular against the Tampa Bay defense. He ran incredibly strong. There you see that ankle spatted up, extra tape on that ankle.
He was actually up over 100 last week, and then he lost 2 yards. Jim Haslett said, yeah, we messed up.
Well, that was a courageous effort by him last week, but Bernardo Harris got the best of him on this 3rd and short. Harris got right up underneath Deuce McAllister's pads and sent him back. Saints going to go for it here.
In the first quarter on 4th and inches from their own 35.
That's the kind of decision a head coach who's a former player makes. Haslett, an emotional guy, and that's an emotional decision right there.
Brooks on the keeper. No signal from the officials yet.
The way the line judge came in there, though.
Line judge is Byron Boston, the father of Arizona Cardinals receiver David Boston.
I think they made it. That spot, and the crowd is booing the spot. That spot looks to me like it's clearly a first down. Let's take a look. Here's the surge. Jerry Fontenot, the center. Boy, I'll tell you what. I don't know how they spot that. You know, really, how do you spot that? You can't tell me that either of the officials on either sideline could accurately mark where that ball got to.
I agree. And the Saints have picked up the first down.
Tell you what, it's a gutsy call by Jim Haslett, and it sure doesn't look like he got it on that play, on that replay right there. I mean, Brooks puffed that ball up there. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage, Kenny.
I agree. I don't know how they spot the football on a play like that.
Haslett says, pass me the antacid. He got away with that one.
Time winding down in this first quarter. Saints leading 10-7. And they get a new set of downs. Off the play fake to McAllister. Brooks with time. Complete. Joe Horn. Horn finally brought down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. 39-yard hookup from Brooks to Horn. One quarter in the books. 10-7 Saints.
Nice ball. I gotta get a cordless headset.
Funny how the holidays turn even the most serious business people into kids again. Consider Office Depot your toy store, because our people know exactly what business people want for the holidays, and we offer a wide variety of gifts at great prices. Office Depot. What you need to know.
Golf Saturday? Can't. Tomorrow weekend with the kids.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
America Online's the best place to celebrate the holidays. Go to AOL keyword holidays for all your holiday needs.
I do all my holiday shopping on AOL.
It's great not to have to get in the car.
On AOL, there's a gift for everybody on my list.
I get all the holiday music I want.
Recipes for pies and all kinds of stuff.
I share holiday photos with my family.
Well, with AOL, I can actually relax and enjoy the holidays.
Happy holidays from America Online. Call 1-800-4ONLINE or pick up a free AOL startup disc at these locations.
I can't stay here another minute.
Not what you need to hear. Then Super 8's where you need to stay. As clean as can be 1,900 times over. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want. This place? For that kind of money? Not what you need to hear. Then stay here at Super 8. Clean, comfortable rooms because we inspect them more than any major economy chain. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
Be there from the first note to the final vote. The next American Idol this January on Fox.
After the fourth down conversion, Saints come back. Joe Horn with the crossing route. The play action pass crosses behind the zone. There's the front of the zone, the back of the zone. Horn sneaks between the two and all the way across the field. Aaron Brooks finds it. That's excellent X's and O's by the Saints.
Second catch of the day for Horn. McAllister. Loss of 2. Again, Bernardo Harris in on the stop for the Ravens as we send it to Los Angeles and JB.
Kenny and Tim, Philadelphia still operating nicely with A.J. Feely at the helm here, hooking up with James Thrash. 6-yard strike. Eagles on top by 1 over Seattle. And then Joey Harrington hooking up here with Michael Rich, a 6-yard touchdown strike. It is 14-7 Detroit in the desert. Back to Kenny Albert and Tim Green.
All right, thanks, JB. It snuck in 2 highlights on us. Here in Baltimore, 2nd down and 12. And Brooks' pass is caught by Dante Stallworth, who has the Saints touchdown. Stallworth down to the 19-yard line. So the Saints, again on the move, leading the game by the score of 10-7.
Well, and one thing that's not working for the New Orleans Saints is their running game. And I know Deuce McAllister has an injured ankle, but I think you really have to credit the Ravens' defensive front. They're doing a great job of containing the run game. However, the Ravens secondary has not been able to shut down Joe Horn. They're going to have to do that if they want to keep the Saints out, from dominating this football game.
Horn with the big catch, a 39-yard reception just moments ago. Saints with the 10-7 lead.
And of course, Dante Stallworth had the long touchdown pass from Aaron Brooks earlier in the game. So the passing game, which, coming into this game, Jim Haslett, when we talked to him yesterday, we said, don't you want to go after, you got Chris McAllister who's injured, you want to go after him in an inexperienced secondary? And Haslett said, no, we want to have that balance. They've not had the balance today.
And Chris McAllister is the injured Raven. We'll be right back with the Saints on the move.
Come on, man, do it.
Wait, an electric dog collar? I will never do that. No.
It really doesn't hurt. We'll tell everyone you did it.
Oh, great. Ooh.
Life is best told over a great-tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
You sure it's off?
I promise you it does. Don't you worry.
The Citizen Echo Drive. It never needs a battery because light recharges it. So, what will you do with your battery now that your watch doesn't need one?
Feast your eyes on the new fajita grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Sizzling strips of marinated steak and grilled veggies. All the great fajita flavors now wrapped to go in a grilled tortilla.
Ooh, fajitas.
Oh, fajitas.
Taste the new fajita grilled stuffed burrito and think outside the bun.
Powerful new Silverado is here. Still available with the 340 horse Vortec V8.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. By Citizen Echo Drive, a revolutionary watch that never needs a battery. By Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And by Office Depot, what you need to know.
Chris McAllister, who already had an injured left ankle, watch him right there. His ankle gets twisted right there. He's now out of the game, and we just said that the Ravens are going to need to contain the Saints' passing game. That's not a good sign.
First down and more for Deuce McAllister inside the Ravens' 10. He needed 3 and he gained 10.
Saints come out, they spread their offense, they go to the one back, they give a 3 wide receiver formation, and then just go to the quick handoff to McAllister. With McAllister's injured ankle, what they want to do is run him north and south, just straight up the field. You don't want to ask Deuce to make a lot of fancy cuts out there. Just let him run straight at this Ravens defense.
So both McAllisters with ankle problems. Deuce of the Saints, Chris of the Ravens.
Runs in the fence.
Chris is out, replaced by Alvin Porter. I know they are not related. Here's Brooks on first down. Ball was tipped, intended for Deuce McAllister.
Nice pressure by the Ravens defensive front. Riddick Parker was the guy who actually forced Aaron Brooks to sidestep and miss throw on that ball. There's Parker.
He won a Super Bowl ring with the Patriots last season.
Buddy Lee, right? Another Buddy Lee. Isn't that what Brian Billick was calling those guys?
Yep.
His defensive front.
Brooks can't find anyone on second and goal. And then throws it away.
Good decision by Aaron Brooks. Again, you're deep down in the red zone, a place where the Saints have been very successful this season. And instead of doing something wild with the ball, trying to force the throw back across your body, back across the field, it just dumps it off, doesn't take the sack, gives himself another chance here on third down.
Mike Nolan's Ravens defense always tightens up in the red zone. Third and goal. 3 wide receivers. And Hartwell broke up the pass. So the Saints send out the field goal unit.
Actually, I think it might have been James Trapp who broke up that pass. And we saw Trapp make another nice play earlier in the end zone. Here's Trapp right here. There's the zone. Trapp's going to come right across. And that's excellent reaction by James Trapp to see that and move about 5 yards laterally to break up that pass.
Now a 28-yard attempt for Carney, who hit from 34 earlier. And the longtime San Diego Charger is now 2 for 2. Saints lead by 6.
We should change before we pick up the girls. Okay.
Chevy Avalanche. It changes from a pickup to an SUV.
What are you doing?
Avalanche, like a rock.
Take all the time you want, folks. We'll take this one in red. Beautiful choice, sir. No, black. Black. That's actually my favorite color.
Red. Definitely red.
With Microsoft Server software, you can quickly connect with customers. That's software for the agile business from Microsoft.
I usually don't ski in the Northeast. The mountains are so tiny.
Of course, I really haven't had much time for skiing lately, what with making Varner down on Wall Street.
Looking for an even more satisfying crunch? Grab a Snickers Cruncher. Peanuts, caramel, chocolate, and crunchies. Snickers Cruncher. Beyond crunchy.
Introducing Domino's Pizza Buffalo Chicken Kickers. Tender cuts of all-white chicken breast with a kick of spicy buffalo flavor baked through and through. 10 pieces for $5.99. Get the door and get a kick out of dinner tonight. Get an order of Cinesticks free when you buy a large one-topping pizza for $9.99.
The threat is growing.
They found nuclear material.
The clock is ticking.
I don't know any terrorists!
And the next twist is beyond words.
Step out of the car and open up the trunk.
24, all new. 9/8 Central Fox Tuesday.
Gunny Albert, Tim Green back in Baltimore. Toby Dolan getting set to kick off for the Saints, who lead the Ravens 13-7. Chester Taylor back deep for the Ravens. Taylor had a 42-yard return earlier. Takes this out from the 3. Penalty marker. Another flag. 31-yard return by Taylor.
The Saints have the lead, but the only touchdown they got from deep. The 2 times they've been in the red zone, the Ravens defense has held them to field goals. Certainly when Marv Lewis was the defensive coordinator and the Ravens won the championship, they were an incredibly aggressive defense.
There are 2 fouls during the return. Holding, receiving team, number 82. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 39, receiving team. That penalty is accepted. 10-yard penalty. First down.
They were an aggressive defense, Kenny, under Marv Lewis, but I think they're aggressive also under Mike Nolan, and we've seen some aggressive play from this, and it's a young, inexperienced defense. You've got 2 rookies starting at both safety positions, and you've got a lot of inexperienced players up and down the line. There's Mike Nolan right there. They've been particularly good in the red zone.
Here's Lewis. Good push on first down. Saints fans remember Mike Nolan's father, Dick, who was the New Orleans head coach in between Hank Stram and Bump Phillips.
Little look at his defense today, Kenny. Here's the aggressive play against the run. There's a beautiful pass break up by James Trapp in the end zone. Moore against Deuce McAllister. That's Bernardo Harris there and there, stuffing the Deuce. And then that last break up there in the red zone by Trapp again.
Lewis, who gained 9 on the previous play, Picks up the first down, a gain of 3. Ken Irvin and Sammy Knight on the tackle.
See, Jamal Lewis just keeps those feet moving so quickly. And it was interesting speaking to him. He said, you know, I don't have a stride. I don't have a good stride. My game is in my power and in taking quick steps. And he thinks of himself more as a Bo Jackson type of running back.
But his speed is not back to where it was before last year's knee surgery. Blake swings it out, looking for Lewis. Darren Smith on the coverage.
That ball floated a little too long for Jamal Lewis when he saw that Darren Smith was coming full speed at him. I think you want to have touch on that little swing past your running back, but not that much touch. A little too touchy.
So Blake and the Ravens now facing a 2nd and 10. From the 26. Play action. And Blake showing the soft touch there, Tim, to Jamal Lewis, but a gain of just 2.
Again, the Saints defense, I think, doing a good job of making Jeff Blake avoid them in the pocket. We talked about it earlier. I think Blake, to be at his best, he needs to have sound mechanics. He needs to have his feet set. He needs to have a clear throwing lane, and he needs to be able to have everything working right to throw the best kind of ball. He doesn't throw well when he's on the move.
Playing against his former team for the 2nd straight week. Beat the Bengals last week. Ravens today 0 for 3 on 3rd down. Blake pump fakes. Now throws. And once again, the Ravens will punt it away as Blake was looking for Todd Heap.
Once again, the Saints get good pressure on Jeff Blake. And there's Heap right here. Fred Thomas with the coverage, and Thomas is able to leap up and just tip this ball, keep Todd Heap from bringing it down. There was Heap earlier who went over the top of Thomas to set up this Ravens' only touchdown.
Michael Lewis on the return for the Saints, tripped up at the 32-yard line by Bart Scott.
Life is full of difficult choices, and some not so difficult. When you purchase an elegantly redesigned mid-size 2003 Saturn L Series, you can choose $2,500 toward your down payment. Or get 0% financing, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days. Unfortunately, this not-so-difficult choice ends January 2nd. Purchase a 2003 Saturn L Series and get $2,500 toward down payment. Or 0% APR, 0 down payment, and 0 monthly payment for 90 days. See participating retailer for restrictions.
Please enter password. Please scan retina. Please submit blood sample. Please submit hair sample.
Can your security software protect your entire enterprise without making you jump through hoops?
Ready for that 10 o'clock thing?
Coming. Ours can. Comprehensive security solutions from Computer Associates.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No. Simpsons Talking Watches, now only at Burger King. Just $2.39 each with the purchase of any value meal.
Cool your jets, man.
Burger. Collect all 4. And our big double cheeseburger is just 99 cents. With 2 slices of melted cheese and 2 juicy flame-broiled patties. More beef than a big and tasty. Hurry, offers end soon.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Saturn, makers of the View, redesigned L Series, and the all-new Ion.
Back in Baltimore. Another look at the Inner Harbor here in Baltimore. And that was Santa's house, in case you were wondering.
I wondered where he shacked up when he was here in Baltimore.
That's where he lives. Another, what, 17 days?
Not that you're counting, right?
I know our producer, P.T. Navarro, is. waiting for presents from his 8 brothers and sisters. Well, Tim, I know you will be in Dallas for the Cotton Bowl. LSU and Texas on New Year's Day, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific.
I am looking forward to that. LSU, last year's SEC champions. They've had an up-and-down season, but they had the miracle win against Kentucky, and then you've got Texas, who's headed by Chris Sims, Phil Sims' son, who's had a great season, but he's lost the big one. Lost the one to Oklahoma and Colorado as well.
Brooks pass deflected by Dallas Thomas as we check in once again with James Brown.
Kenny and Tim, Deuce Staley has certainly been carrying his load prior to the Donovan McNabb injury. He does so here, 21 yards to pay dirt, and the Eagles move out in front 14-6. And Tim, I am loving the fact that folks are acknowledging you called Michael Vick's activities before the season. Back to Kenny and Tim.
All right, JB, thank you. I appreciate that. And tell Howie I appreciate his support on that issue. That's great.
Brooks firing on 3rd and 5, complete to Dante Stallworth as the first down. 20-yard pass play down to the Ravens 42.
Well, we saw just minutes ago that Chris McAllister is back in the game. He's got that injured left ankle, but the Ravens have still got to find a way to turn down this Saints passing attack. You saw there that McAllister was back on his heels, and Dante Stallworth just put a superior move on him. Got himself wide open.
His 3rd reception today has the Saints touchdown. Brooks on 1st down. Under pressure, he was being chased by Kelly Gregg, another one of those Buddy Lee Raven defensive linemen.
Right. I mean, just one of these guys that's kind of an unnamed guy. He was an NFL Europe guy who kicked around there and just would not go away. A free agent, but he's tough. He's relentless. He's got himself a nice role on this defense that's played well, especially in the run game this season. They've struggled a little bit in the past, and that's where their weakness is shown today. Here is against the Saints passing game.
2nd and 10, McAllister up the middle down to the 38-yard line. Gain of 4. Ed Reed came up to make the stop along with Bernardo Harris. A lot was made of the weather this week in Baltimore. Snow earlier in the week. We asked Aaron Brooks. He said, I'm comfortable in the cold. I played in a number of cold weather games in college.
Yeah, I mean, that can affect you. If it's this weather here tonight, I mean, it's in the 30s. That's not a big deal. If it's 0 or 10 and there's a wicked wind, that might be something. But not here, not now. Not when you're chasing a playoff race.
Pass broken up by Ed Hartwell. Pass intended for Dig Reed, and the Saints will punt it away. Aaron Brooks only 1 for his last 7.
Well, the Ravens call Ed Hartwell Ray Lewis's protege, but Brian Billick said Hartwell has graduated to peer. He said next year Hartwell is going to be considered Ray Lewis's peer because he has followed his mentor so well, so closely. And that was certainly excellent coverage on a wide receiver by an inside linebacker.
And there is Ray Lewis on the Ravens sidelines.
So 20 seconds left. Garcia looks left.
Got this weak stop blitz coming, right? Takes a snap. Takes a 3-step drop.
Bunch of big guys trying to kill him.
Dodges this one safety. Ducks under this tackle. Launch this awkward, just squirrely looking prayer to the corner of the end zone.
Right into the hands of
J.J. Stokes. Touchdown. Touchdown! Should have been there.
Should have been there.
You should have been there.
If you want to be there, bring your Visa card because you can't buy 49er tickets at 3Com Park with American Express.
You should have been there.
The Citizen Echo Drive. It never needs a battery because light recharges it. So, what will you do with your battery now that your watch doesn't need one?
It's a deal worth a double take. It's Applebee's new Take 2. Choose 2 from 4 delicious entrees to make 1 mouth-watering plate. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Father.
Give me the strength for what I must do.
Everything we are.
This is a free country, but not free for the taking.
Everything we believe in. First had to be fought for in the streets. The motion picture event of the year.
This is a night for America!
Leonardo DiCaprio, Daniel Day-Lewis, Cameron Diaz. Gangs of New York. Rated R. In theaters nationwide Friday, December 20th.
See performances by Justin Timberlake, Avril Lavigne, Nelly, Creed, Faith Hill, plus appearances by Cher, Michael Jackson, and more. Live, Cedric the Entertainer hosts the 2002 Billboard Music Awards at 8/7 Central, Fox Monday.
Back in Baltimore, Ravens will start a drive from inside their own 20-yard line for the third time. They trail the New Orleans Saints 13-7. Kenny Albert, Tim Green, Joe Trahan on the sidelines. Jeff Blake only 5 of 12, 84 yards. Blake rolling right. And the pass complete. Travis Taylor forced out of bounds by Fred Thomas after a short gain as we check in with Joe Trahan. Joe?
Yeah, it's been a tough quarter for Chris McAllister for the Ravens. He left the field earlier with what we thought was an ankle injury. The Ravens say that it was actually cramps. He had to take an IV. Came back on the field, left again, holding his right arm. The training staff tended to him, and it looks as though he'll be ready to go. We'll just have to wait and see. Kenny, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Joe. Second down and 7 for the Ravens. And Jamal Lewis gains 2 out to the 20. Norman Hand on a tackle. Third down and 5 upcoming.
All those injuries can't be good for Chris McAllister's bowling game.
No, especially his shoulder.
Exactly. That's what he likes to do for fun. Said he's got his own bowling shoes, and you know you're serious if you've got your own shoes.
And he owns 2 bowling balls.
They're going to need him to be on top of his game again to keep containment of that Saints passing game.
3 wide receivers set for the Ravens. Third down and 5 with the play clock winding down. Blake over the middle to Heath. Has the first down out of the 30, a gain of 10.
Well, that's another beautiful catch, and the first third down conversion by the Ravens. Heath makes a great play. Earlier, they came up with these 2 big plays to set up a touchdown. It's the reverse to Travis Taylor, followed by Todd Heath's beautiful catch right over the top of Fred Thomas, and then Jamal Lewis punches it in for a score. So a good sign for the Ravens that they convert on third down and get the ball back to their best receiver, Todd Heath.
Hand off to Lewis on first down, gains 3. Brian Billick told us that Heath is as good as any other tight end in the NFL. He's only in his second season.
We've seen it so far today. We've seen excellent speed from Heath, and we've seen excellent physical play from Heath.
And he learned so much from his season with Shannon Sharp. Sharp, a Raven for Super Bowl year 2000. And last season took Heath under his wing. And Heath is now the Ravens' top receiver.
I think Sharp gave him that attitude that don't over-respect your opponent.
That's broken up by Ken Urban. Jamal Lewis wanted a flag.
Yeah, but you're allowed as a defender to put your hands on the receiver. You just can't impede his ability to catch the ball. You can't twist him. You can't turn him around.
So the Ravens now facing a 3rd and 7. As we take a look. Three wide receivers. Ravens have to get to the 40 for a first. Travis Taylor makes the catch and picks up the first down. Taylor's 3rd catch of the day. A gain of 9.
Saints choose to come with a 3-man rush, so they're playing a zone behind it. And remember how Joe Horn crossed the field to make a big play earlier against the Ravens defense? Travis Taylor does the same thing right back at the Saints defense, which is in a zone, and the best way to attack a zone is with one of those crossing routes.
So the Ravens move the chains. 1st and 10 from their own 42. Trailing the Saints 13-7. Off the play fake to Lewis. Blake with time. Airing it out. Johnson. Did he make the catch? No. Wow. Ball hit the turf. He thought he had it.
Ron Johnson was wide open. This was not a good throw, and it was not a good catch. Look how much distance Johnson has, and he has to stop. He has to adjust. And there's the ball. Never has control. Ball hits the ground. Great call by the officials. See, he's got to slow down. He had Ken Urban beat by 4 steps, and he has to slow down and come back to that ball.
Johnson, the 4th-round draft pick out of the University of Minnesota.
My son Donovan and I are making sure everyone in Philly is eating good.
Oh, hey, let's come here.
You need some nice, hot, chunky soup to fill you up right.
Campbell's Chunky Sirloin Burger. Big chunks of veggies and hearty sirloin burgers grilled to perfection.
How can I thank you guys? Oh, Mom, one more?
Campbell's Chunky Sirloin Burger fills you up right.
Back in Baltimore, Ravens facing a 2nd and 10. They trail the Saints by 6. Blake now 8 of 17. While Lewis just 21 yards on the ground for Baltimore. The pitch to Lewis. Lewis out to the 49-yard line, a gain of 8.
On that play, you got to see the acceleration, and for anyone who wonders whether Jamal Lewis is going to make a full recovery from his total knee construction early last season, all you have to do is take a look at the run that he makes on this play here. Watch the short, choppy steps that he takes and the speed. You see how quickly his feet move? And that enables him to cut in a very small space. But at the same time, he accelerates upfield.
Here's Blake on the keeper. First down, out of bounds at the 39, forced out by Jay Bellamy after a gain of 11.
Brian Billick is contending that Jay Bellamy threw a forearm at Jeff Blake. We'll take a look at it right here. Here comes Bellamy. Yeah, I don't know if he hit Blake in the head, though, and I don't think he did.
Looked like he caught the shoulder.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if his fist came up. Watch his fist. Watch his... No, I don't think so. He hits his shoulder. So a little overreaction. Hey, Jeff Blake's got to feel good that his head coach is upset that he gets the shot.
Here's Lewis. Good push inside the 35. Blake starting his 6th consecutive game. Chris Redmond started the first 6.
And I thought it was it was a big vote of confidence this week when Brian Billick said, I'm going to continue to play Jeff Blake as long as we're still in the playoff hunt. Redmond obviously has the injured back. He's got a bulging disc in his back, and Brian Billick said, look, if I was to bring him back, he would be rusty, and we don't know how well he's doing. We know what Jeff Blake can do. We want to see him do it.
Blake looking for Taylor.
Wow.
Brett Thomas on the coverage.
Boy, that's another, I'm going to call that another drop. That would be Taylor's 3rd drop, and Ron Johnson has dropped 2. So while Jeff Blake has thrown some ugly passes, and while his numbers aren't very good, that one right there, he just takes his eyes off it, Kenny. Watch his eyes. He's still looking upfield. Watch this right here. He's not looking at the ball. He doesn't look at the ball until it bounces on the white line.
A young core of receivers. Taylor in his 3rd year. Johnson a rookie.
Well, Blake's been 3 for 3 on this drive in 3rd down.
Pulls the ball down. Still looking downfield. Can't find anyone, and down he goes. Charles Grant, the rookie out of Georgia, with his 4th sack of the season.
I don't want to take anything away from Charles Grant because he's a fine young defensive lineman, but this right here is a coverage sack. watch how long Jeff Flake stands back in this pocket before Grant is finally able to bring him down. And Grant perseveres. He does a nice job working around Ethan Brooks. But if you look downfield, you see there's really nowhere for Jeff Flake to throw early on.
Ravens out of field goal range. Sastino back at his own 45-yard line, and it's blocked.
The second block punt.
Mel Mitchell with the block. Brian Cox couldn't pick it up. Covered at the 23-yard line. Mel Mitchell, fifth-round draft pick out of Western Kentucky, with a second block punt today for the Saints.
The Ravens, who have won their past 2 games against Cincinnati and Tennessee by blocking punts and coming up with touchdowns, have 2 blocked on them today.
Mitchell untouched. Jim Haslett really likes Mel Mitchell. Says he has a lot of speed. Well, that's what the Saints need to defend Michael Vick next season.
And you saw Gleason comes in. Right there's Gleason. Gleason uses up the personal protector, and that leaves Mitchell unblocked.
Fumble. McAllister fumbled. It's recovered by Peter Boulware. So on the ensuing play after the block punt, the Saints give it right back.
I mean, this Ravens team is like Jason in Friday the 13th. Just when you think they're finally subdued and finally out of it, they come back and make a big play. I don't know who forced that fumble, but Boulware does a good job of stuffing this play behind the line of scrimmage, and then he's up on his feet, and he's the one who recovers it.
So the Ravens offense gets it right back from their own 30-yard line. Jamal Lewis. He fumbled. Lewis lost the football. And the Saints have recovered. On 3 consecutive plays, a block punt, a Saints fumble, and now a Ravens fumble.
That's Jamal Lewis's 6th fumble this season.
And the Ravens have lost all 6.
That's right. Here he is right here. He's got that ball in one hand. I'll tell you, that's a beautiful play by Charlie Clements. The Saints middle linebacker does a fabulous job. And remember, talked to Charlie Clements yesterday, and he was the guy that said, hey, we overlooked the Lions. We overlooked the Browns. We are not going to overlook this Ravens team. There's Clemens right there. That's a big one.
Clemens, who won a Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams back in 1999, one of the leaders of the Saints defense. Brooks, and 5-1, he throws it away.
I don't know if he was outside the pocket on that one, Kenny. Because if he wasn't, there didn't appear to be a receiver in the area. The officials are talking right now whether or not this is intentional grounding. Aaron Brooks has to be either outside the tackles and then throw the ball at or near the line of scrimmage, or he has to have a receiver in the area. So there's the pocket right there. He does not get outside the pocket, and I don't see a receiver even close to that. And Brian Billett can't believe that one. Well, I thought Jim Haslett and his team got away with one. Remember, 4th and inches earlier? I thought the Ravens defense stuffed them there, and I think the Ravens defense is getting another bad break on this play.
So no flags on 2nd and 10. Brooks swings it out, just out of the reach of McAllister. And Aaron Brooks, Tim, just 1 for his last 9.
Yeah, and they've not been good, Kenny, at all on their 3rd down conversions today. You have to wonder with Brooks in that 1 out of his last 9, and if that shoulder is starting to bother him. They said during the week that it was an injured biceps and then a biceps tendon, and then on the injury report it just kept creeping up until it was his deltoid.
And Jake Delhomme took some of the reps in practice middle of the week. Here's Brooks under pressure on 3rd and 10. Brooks takes off, and Brooks to have the first down. Aaron Brooks taking one out of the book of his cousin, Michael Vick. But a penalty flag on the field.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Gateway, a better way.
I loaded our new MP3 player last night with all of her favorite songs.
Gateway PCs feature Intel Pentium 4 processors.
Life is full of difficult choices, and some not so difficult. When you purchase an elegantly redesigned mid-size 2003 Saturn L Series, you can choose $2,500 toward your down payment. Or get 0% financing, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days. Unfortunately, this not-so-difficult choice ends January 2nd. Purchase a 2003 Saturn L Series and get $2,500 toward down payment. Or 0% APR, 0 down payment, and 0 monthly payment for 90 days. See participating retailer for restrictions.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow.
Ravens cornerback Chris McAllister gets a penalty, which is half the distance to the goal line, after he rips Dante Stallworth's helmet off. Watch this here. The two of them get into a back and forth little shoving match here in the end zone. And watch McAllister rips the helmet off, throws it. The last time I saw that, it was Kyle Turley ripping Damian Robinson's helmet off. Turley was ejected from the game.
And there's Turley, the Saints left tackle. McAllister not ejected, but was called for a 15-yard penalty. So the Saints will have a first down on the Ravens' 12-yard line.
I'm surprised that McAllister was not ejected. I really am. I don't understand that at all. And not that I want to see him ejected. He's a heck of a player, and I like seeing him out there and playing, but if you rip somebody's helmet off and throw it, the officials have got to toss you out of the game. There's no place for that. Watch it right here. Rips it off, throws it. Come on. You got to be kidding me.
Defense, number 21, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Well, that certainly is inconsistent with what happened to Kyle Turley last year in the Jets game.
I don't know why McAllister's upset. He should be happy he was not ejected.
Yeah, he should be happy, exactly. But it surprises me because McAllister really is a wonderful guy. I mean, he's got a great personality, great smile, but that was unfortunate.
Another penalty flag as McAllister gains 1 yard down to the Ravens 11.
I guess you'd say the same thing about Kyle Turley, though, when you talk with him. You wouldn't expect something like that from him.
Personal foul, scratching the face mask. Defense, number 97, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
That's Kelly Craig, another personal foul. Well, Tim, coming up on the Visa halftime report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will have scores and highlights from around the National Football League. And the Fox Sports ticker will keep you updated with up to the second stats. That's coming up on a Visa halftime report. We'll recap all the early games and the late games in progress. First and goal following the back-to-back personal fouls. Brooks swinging it out. Joe Horn stopped at the 1.
That was a nicely executed hitch pass right out to Joe Horn. Aaron Brooks had great mechanics on this play. And he sees that McAllister gives a little bit of space to Joe Horn, and so he puts it out there and lets Joe Horn go for the end zone. Joe Horn coming off, short yardage offense out on the field. 3 tight ends for the New Orleans Saints.
Brooks looks to go over the top.
I don't think so.
No signal yet.
I wonder if that was Bernardo Harris again.
So it will be a 3rd and goal, under 1 minute remaining in this first half.
Well, Bernardo Harris has had some very big plays in the run game today, and here he is, 51. Watch him on this one here, and he makes another big one. Him and Ed Hartwell, the 2 inside linebackers, reject Aaron Brooks on the quarterback sneak.
Well, it sounds like the replay booth is going to take another look at the previous play. We're in the final 2 minutes of the half, so a coach cannot challenge, but prior to the next snap, the replay booth can look at it. Dean Blandino is our replay official this afternoon. So Terry McCauley, who works during the week, Tim, is a senior computer scientist.
The play will be reviewed as to whether the runner crossed the goal line prior to being stopped.
I just don't think he got across. I think Aaron Brooks gets his shoulders turned by Bernardo Harris and Ed Hartwell. We'll take a look at it here. As soon as he jumps, they just hammer him. I don't think he got it. Here's probably the best view. You see that?
Yeah.
See, he gets his shoulders turned. And he does it, it's smart because he's got to protect the ball. You don't want to stick the ball out there and then someone gets their helmet on that ball and then pops it out.
I don't think he made it.
No.
So it will be up to McCauley, the computer scientist, to decide if, in fact, Brooks crossed the plane of the goal line. Again, the Visa halftime report is coming up. JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy with scores and highlights, as well as the Fox Sports ticker.
How about Terry Bradshaw on the football field today? Howie Long is showing man-to-man coverage zones, and one of the female Marines kind of took it to Terry.
Wow.
Covered him, broke up the pass.
After review, the quarterback was stopped short of the goal line. The ball did not cross the plane. It will be 3rd down.
Good defense on Bradshaw.
Some very good defense by the Marines.
.33 seconds remaining, second quarter. Earlier, the Buccaneers, Tim, stopped Michael Vick and the Falcons for the second time.
That's right. You look at these numbers, really very similar to what they did to him in game 1 between those two teams. And then how about this guy, Priest Holmes, the former Baltimore Raven, replaced by Jamal Lewis, 2 touchdowns. That gives him 24 on the season. And Howie Long said on the pregame show that right now he thinks that Priest Holmes is the toughest guy in the NFL.
And Dante Hall of the Chiefs with 2 special teams touchdowns, former NFL Europe player, has 3 touchdowns on special teams the last 2 weeks. Chiefs have scored 49 points back-to-back weeks. Third and goal. saw Michael McCrary, another injured Raven. 3rd and goal from the 1. Deuce McAllister is in. For McAllister, his 11th rushing touchdown this season.
Well, the Charles Bentley, who you see right there with Deuce McAllister, gets a really nice block on Anthony Mitchell, the safety. Watch Mitchell. He's going to come up on the corner. Here's Bentley right there, LaCharles Bentley, and he just crushes him. Just crushes Mitchell. And Terrell Smith also with a lead block, the Saints fullback, making that one almost easy for Deuce.
So the Saints capitalize after yet another Raven turnover. Carney adds the extra point. The Saints lead is now 20-7. Deuce McAllister into the end zone for New Orleans.
Wow, entered to win a trip to the big game with John Elway.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Yeah, he's my best friend.
Entered to win a trip to the big game with John Elway. Odds of winning dependent on number of entries. Odds of becoming John Elway's best friend, not as good.
Well, Deuce McAllister gets the Saints touchdown, but Charles Bentley right there, the rookie. I like this split screen. This is good. This is a good job by Peter Bleckner and P.T. Navarro, because Charles Bentley, the offensive, the right guard, I mean, he was really key on that play, and a lot of times you don't get to see that. You just see Deuce McAllister. But our guys working hard, doesn't bother them to come up with a split screen.
So a good look at LaCharles Bentley, who was the top center in college football last season. Done a tremendous job at right guard as a Saints rookie. Lamont Frightful brings it out to the 25-yard line. Theo Craver made the tackle after a 23-yard return.
Let's take a look one more time. Here's Bentley on the block. There's Terrell Smith with his lead block. Nice block by Boo Williams as well.
And now Bentley studying all the pretty
pictures.
pictures.
It's always great to see the pictures of the plays after you scored a touchdown, you made a nice block. That's like going back to the scrapbook, you know?
Now the Ravens with 25 seconds remaining in the half. Keep it on the ground. Chester Taylor. Ravens will let the clock run down. The first half of miscues. 2 turnovers by both teams. Saints blocked 2 punts. New Orleans leading at the half by the score of 20-7. Todd Heap with a big 43-yard reception for the Ravens to set up their only touchdown. So the score at halftime, the Saints 20, the Ravens 7 here in Baltimore. The Visa halftime report is coming up after these messages.
Meet Evan, a bachelor who earns $19,000 a year.
Great hair, great eyes, great body.
And meet the 20 women who are about to compete for his heart. Why? They think he's worth $50 million. Now, who would ever give him that idea? Can true love survive a little $50 million lie? Joe Millionaire, a new reality series with a twist.
It's a dream come true.
That's really twisted. Coming this January to Fox.
At Damon's, we think the entire world revolves around a flaming grill. A grill loaded up with prime rib, choice steaks, tender chicken, salmon, and more. But somehow, a lot of people think we only serve award-winning ribs. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Damon's, the grill is on.
Advanced technology. It's all around you. Cell phones, laptops, and of course, the road-gripping, rain-loving Bridgestone Turanza. Stops on command, corners like a dream. Today and thousands of miles from now. The new Bridgestone Turanza LST. If only your browser navigated this well.
Here you go. You just programmed your new digital video recorder.
So now I can watch all my favorite shows whenever I want?
Yes, sir.
So if I just walk out the door right now, it'll record?
Automatically.
I'm stepping towards the door, and I'm not missing a thing.
Right.
It's prime time, and I'm leaving the house. I am now on the porch.
Introducing DirecTV Digital Video Recording. Now you can watch what you want, when you want to watch it. Visit these retailers for a demo today.
So how's it coming?
Good. This one looks pretty exotic.
Cool.
Mosquito net. What's that? Maybe not that exotic.
Great. Everything you need to choose the hotel that's right for you.
Expedia.com. NFL Sunday Ticket is brought to you in part by Expedia.com.
The Visa Halftime Report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
And welcome to the Visa Halftime. Those of you watching New Orleans and Baltimore, where the New Orleans Saints right now ahead by 13 at the half. New Orleans looking to move ahead of Atlanta for the top wild card spot. The Eagles looking for their third straight victory without Donovan McNabb. Lions on top of the Cardinals 17-14. Lions looking to snap a 14-game road losing streak. Broncos coming off of back-to-back overtime losses ahead there, and the Raiders in Chargers battling for the lead in the AFC West.
All right, earlier today, big game, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Vic sacked all day long. Lots of pressure on Michael Vick by this great Tampa Bay defense. Second quarter, Johnson back, 13-yarder. There's your blitz, man-to-man coverage, a little post route. Outstanding grab by Joe Jaravic. Touchdown, second touchdown on the day. Punt, Johnson. There it is, Keenan McCardle. Beautiful touchdown, 27-yarder. All Tampa Bay, 34-10 is your final Buccaneers sweep the Falcons. Now, Giants. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
No, I don't
want to talk. Go ahead.
Giants keep Philadelphia and Tampa Bay from clinching with that victory.
Outstanding way you put that. Thank you. Let's go to the Cowboys hosting the 49ers. Look at this play by Woody Dantzler, the rookie, former quarterback in college, now punt returner for the Cowboys. Breaks several tackles down the sideline, Jimmy. And I'm sure if you were in Dallas, you'd be a happy coach right now. 84-yarder Cowboys on top by 3, 20-17 over the 49ers. None better in the league than Garcia. Up. Fourth quarter drive, there it is to Terrell Owens, 8-yarder. You got it. 31-27, 49ers come back, take care of the Cowboys.
Style of play.
Beautiful play. All right, leading rusher in the NFL, Priest Holmes. No one in the backfield, but Priest takes it, left guard pulls, kicks out. Priest inside, 2-yard touchdown, 21-10. Chiefs over the St. Louis Rams. And then Dante Hall, watch this, had an 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Might as well go ahead and get an 86-yard punt return. Down the left sideline, back down the right sideline, picks up some blocks. 49-10. Chiefs all over the Rams. Vermeil over his former coach, Mike Marsh. Drew Bledsoe, welcome back to Boston. Everybody up there loves you. They like to beat you, too. Brady, though, says, let me swing this out to Davis Patton, 10-yard touchdown. 10-0, New England off and running over the Bills. Bledsoe, 4 interceptions on this day. Play action left, rolls right. Don't. Does it anyway. Picked off by Tabucky Jones. You got to love that name. Tabucky Jones, how'd you find him? Patriots 27-17 over the Bills.
Can you wipe that camera off after that word?
All right, Indianapolis, Tennessee. Steve McNair to John Simon. McNair with those bad ribs. 42-yard touchdown, 7-0 Tennessee. Tennessee has won 6 of the last 7. Eddie George takes it in from 7 yards. 27-17 is your final. Titans over the Colts.
And we think Houston had only 47 total yards of offense, but beat the Steelers 24-6. Jaguars and Browns, well, the Browns won it on a Hail Mary. Anytime Butch Davis' team scores 20 points or more, they're 13-4. Panthers, franchise record, 52 points in that victory. Take a look at the AFC playoff picture. 14 of the conference's 16 teams still alive in the playoff hunt. On the NFC side, there are 7 squads still alive in the playoff hunt. Folks, that means fully 2/3 of the league's teams are still alive in the playoffs. St. Louis Rams are out of the playoffs. Jimmy, New Orleans, Baltimore.
Well, one thing about New Orleans, they're finally playing a little bit of defense because
They have given up at least 20 points in every game up until this time.
Why you laughing, Jerry? The score became 10.
Howie's all set for this one.
You know, it's interesting. New Orleans, out of the teams in the NFC South, I think they have the easiest schedule remaining. They get Minnesota. Obviously, they're handling Baltimore. They get Minnesota at home. They travel to Cincinnati, and they get Carolina at home. Michael Lewis is a guy that can break it at any time on special teams. The intangible there for them is their offensive line is healthy. Deuce McAllister looks to be healthy. They're not running him a lot today. Aaron Brooks, there was some concern after last week. But really, it's that defense is the question mark for the New Orleans.
Not a profound remark as far as you're concerned.
No, you know what? I'm tired. I have nothing. You've been tired.
Visa halftime will continue after this. No, sir, I don't.
Visa is proud to celebrate the fans this season. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. The NASCAR Young Guns were born to make racing more exciting. The Daytona 500 returns this February only on Fox.
The party's on when Fox presents the 2002 Billboard Music Awards. This year's top artists rock the house live with performances by Justin Timberlake, Avril Lavigne, Puddle of Mud, Nelly, Creed, Faith Hill. Appearances by Nick Carter, Steven Tyler, B2K, Ashanti, and music legends Rod Stewart, Cher, and Michael Jackson. Live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Cedric the Entertainer hosts the 2002 Billboard Music Awards at 8/7 Central, Fox Monday.
My name is David. I play offense. I play center. I play guard. I play defense. And sometimes I play tackle. Sometimes I play defense. Because I play right guard. I play linebacker. I play running back. I play fullback. I play right tackle. My name's Casey and I play football.
Afternoon turning to early evening. Deuce McAllister with the New Orleans touchdown. First half stats and highlights in a moment.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Advanced technology. It's all around you. Cell phones, laptops, and of course the road-gripping, rain-loving Bridgestone Turanza. Stops on command, corners like a dream, today and thousands of miles from now. The new Bridgestone Turanza LST. If only your browser navigated this well.
Gina? You know, when I was first hired, we didn't have all these fancy integrated systems. Our sales program wasn't even linked with accounting. Warehouse platform in Chicago wasn't linked to anything, not even shipping. Back then, orders took days. Now, they just take hours.
Wow, how long have you been working here?
A couple of months now.
Oh.
With Microsoft Server software, you can quickly connect all aspects of your business. That's software for the agile business. From Microsoft.
I love the holidays. The whole family comes over. We show pictures, we laugh, we joke, tell old stories, new stories. I wish it would never end.
Keep the warmth of the holidays all year long with the Gift of America online. Visit AOL keyword AOL Gift. It's the perfect way to always keep your family and friends close together.
I have a special family, and I love having them with me.
Obviously, the new Silverado is here. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder we're #1.
Now, from the NFL Shop, you can customize your very own official NFL replica jersey. Pick a team, choose a number, use your name or your favorite player. NFL Shop can make one in any style you want. Just $79.99. So call now and order for yourself or a friend. 1-877-NFL-SHOP or go to NFL Shop on NFL.com.
Back in Baltimore as we get set for the start of the third quarter. Saints leading the Ravens 20-7. Kenny Albert with Tim Green. Tampa Bay beat Atlanta earlier today, so the Saints with a win looking to remain within one game of the Bucs.
And the Saints in great position right now. The Saints have made a couple mistakes. They've had some turnovers, but then Baltimore has had just as many turnovers. And then I think more importantly has been the 2 blocked punts that the Saints have come up with on special teams.
Well, the Saints scored 10 points off turnovers. Let's take a look.
Yeah, the first one there is just Jeff Blake just loses control of the ball, and then there's Michael Lewis on the kick return. Then Deuce McAllister fumbles one, and then Charlie Clemens does a great job of stripping Jamal Lewis of the ball. And this game right now is clearly in control by the Saints. Neither team has really been able to run the ball very effectively at all. You see the Ravens have 77 yards, but the bulk of those, 31 of those yards, came off of a Travis Taylor reverse. And then after that, it was a long pass to Todd Heath, who made a beautiful catch, and then the Jamal Lewis 1-yard run for the touchdown. The only point the Ravens have so far came off of that.
Jamal Lewis only 32 yards on the ground for the Ravens. Deuce McAllister only 30 yards rushing for the Saints. Chester Taylor from the 5-yard line. And across the 25, down the sidelines. Another big return by Taylor. This one 37 yards. Our Joe Trahan chatted moments ago with Ravens head coach Brian Billick.
Coach, you had several mistakes in the first half. What do you tell your troops to try and rally them up?
Well, it's not a matter of rallying anybody. These guys are professional now. They know they got to play better, not have those types of mistakes. We're down by 2 touchdowns. We got to come out this first drive and establish ourselves.
Is Chris Redmond an option if Jeff Blake's play doesn't improve?
That won't be the criteria to pull Jeff.
All right, great. Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Guys, back to you.
And there is the backup, Chris Redmond, who started the first 6 games for the Ravens.
Jeff Blake only 8 for 18. Make it 9 for 19 if that turns out to be a play.
And there is a penalty flag as well.
Actually, looks like it's being ruled an incomplete pass.
And a personal foul against the Saints.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 98, contact in the face, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Willie Whitehead, Saints defensive end, who's really a John Randall type of a player. Not real tall, but a lot of power, working right there on Ethan Brooks. Gets his hand up, and just touches the face mask of Jeff Blake, and that's all you have to do. Treat the quarterback today like Ali Giant.
Blake, of course, a former teammate of many of these Saints defenders, went up against them in practice the last 2 years, and we asked Blake about it. He said, you always feel more comfortable playing against guys you know.
Right, you don't feel threatened. You know, he said you know their names, you know their moms,
you know their kids.
That's right. There you see Blake's numbers. Not very good, but as we talked about in the first half, at least 5 of those incomplete passes were very catchable balls.
Now 2nd and 7. Late pass caught at the 41-yard line by Terry Jones Jr. Well, Blake went 7-4 as a starter for the Saints 2 years ago, but he was injured in Game 11 against the Raiders. Saints won 6 games in a row with Blake at the helm, so Aaron Brooks took over and took the Saints into the playoffs. Their only playoff win in franchise history as they beat the defending champion Rams. But Blake got the Saints started that year with 7 wins in his 11 starts. Blake's pass is picked off if Thomas stayed in bounds. That is the question. He did.
Boy, that was just a terrible decision by Jeff Blake on that pass. Fred Thomas was clearly in front of the ball. Jeff Blake comes up with another Ravens turnover.
So, how was Florida?
Nice.
A lot of pretty girls on the beach?
Yep.
Probably wearing bikinis, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty girls in bikinis.
Right now, fly Southwest Airlines for just $39 to $99 each way when you purchase by December 12th. So get packing.
You are now free to move about the country.
With its new available Power Stroke diesel and 5-speed automatic torque shift transmission that generates 560 pound-feet of torque and 325 horsepower, the Ford F-Series Super Duty pulls faster and easier than any other diesel pickup. Ford F-Series, the best-selling truck on the planet.
Well, guess that settles that.
Yep.
It's built Ford tough.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew you'd like chocolate cake.
Yes, I will marry you.
What?
I love you.
Oh, wow.
I'm engaged.
We're engaged.
It's a surprise.
And I'm like, I'm the one that's surprised. How long you been dating?
2 weeks. Life is best told over a great-tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Hold on. She's excited.
Okay, hi, Mom.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Fox NFL Sundays brought to you by Miller Lite. Life is best told at a place called Miller Time.
Well, Jeff Blake continues to help the Saints.
Yeah, he helped them on that last play, no doubt.
Second interception of the season for Thomas. Bruce McAllister out to the 25-yard line. Gain of 3, setting up second down and 7.
Well, I said earlier that Jeff Blake really needs to have his feet set. This play is a rollout pass, but watch what Jeff Blake sees on this. I mean, look at Fred Thomas. I mean, Jeff Blake's got to see Fred Thomas just sitting right there with the underneath coverage, and he just throws it right to him. So, you almost have to wonder if that's a physical mistake or a mental mistake.
Big hole for McAllister. Still on his feet into Ravens territory. Forced out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A 30-yard run by McAllister.
And this typically, Kenny, is a sign of a defense that's been deflated by an offense that just is stumbling. McAllister comes with a cutback run, and there's a nice block there by Joe Horn on Chris McAllister. Look at Horn right here. Horn, a Pro Bowl receiver, getting in on the run game as well.
McAllister just about doubling his rushing yards for the day, and now Kelly Gregg takes down Brooks for Gregg, his second sack of the season.
Well, there's a blitz with Bernardo Harris, and when Harris comes up, Kyle Turley has to choose between Gregg coming around on a little bit of a stunt. Watch Harris. He's going to slide up in here, and see Turley turns to block Bernardo Harris. There's no one left to block Kelly Gregg.
For the Ravens, only their 8th sack the last 7 games. Loss of 9 on the play. Brooks out of the shotgun on 2nd and 19. And the pass broken up, intended for Joe Horn and Hartwell on the coverage.
That was forever that Aaron Brooks was able to stand back there. And I think Brooks had Pathon open downfield. Watch Pathon. He's got Chris McAllister all alone there, and Pathon gets behind him. So Aaron Brooks showing that he's still, really, this is his second year as the full-time starter for this team. He missed that one, but hey, they're up 20-7. So
now Brooks taken down again. Second sack of the series for the Ravens. It's Peter Boulware with his team-leading 5th of the season. His first sack the last 7 games.
We talked about Jeff Blake knowing the Saints defense. Boulware knows Spencer Falau. Falau, a former Ravens offensive lineman. And Boulware probably did that to Falau a couple times in practice during his days here as a Ravens backup offensive lineman.
Falau, a Raven for 4 years, spent last year in Miami, and terrific coverage by Fakir Brown downfield to make the tackle.
Excuse me.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and
37. It's 37.
It's a nice hat.
Thank you.
You just saw Lady in hell without any repercussion.
Are you Italian? No.
Flaming lips. You're up.
Introducing the Media Center PC from HP, powered by the Intel Pentium 4 processor. Your TV, music, photos, and videos, all living happily together inside one powerful home computer with the Intel Pentium 4 processor. Call or visit one of these retailers.
I need a car. No, a convertible. A red one. With under 15,000 miles.
Autotrader.com. With 2 million new or used cars, you can find the one you really want. And with millions of shoppers, you can sell the one you already have. It's the ultimate automotive classified site. Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
Looking for laughs on Sunday night?
Oh, help, please!
Don't struggle. You'll only sink faster. Don't miss the best comedies on television. The Simpsons, King of the Hill, Malcolm, and Andy Richter.
I had to end things with Irina.
So she was pretty mad, huh?
It was pretty painful.
It all starts at 8/7 Central tonight on Fox.
For the Ravens, Tim, their last 5 possessions since their only touchdown. Punt, block punt, fumble, half-ended, and the interception.
Ugly. Yes, just horrible. And Jeff Blake has only completed 8 of his last 20 passes. Of course, he completed one to the Saints defense on the last drive.
On first down, Jamal Lewis up to the 23-yard line. He lost the football. And for the second time, the Saints recover a Jamal Lewis fumble. The 4th Ravens turnover of the game.
This time, I think it's Grady Jackson, and that's a lot of bulk coming at you. Grady Jackson comes up, he makes the initial stop, and then Sammy Knight helps out. And I think really that ball was coming out of there just from the Grady Jackson hit, even before Knight got there. Watch Jackson. Huge man. And not only can he have the Ravens turn the ball over 4 times, they also have had 2 block punts, which really are light turnovers. So they've had 6 critical mistakes today.
Yet they trail by only 13 points. Because the Saints have fumbled twice. McAllister up the middle. Down to the 17. Jake Delhomme has come in at quarterback for the Saints for Aaron Brooks, who was injured in the game on Sunday night against Tampa Bay. Delhomme in his 4th season out of Louisiana Lafayette.
Well, we talked in the first half, and you talked about Aaron Brooks, and he kind of tailed off. He made some nice throws earlier on, and then he tailed off, and you have to wonder if maybe he did see Jerome Payson open deep downfield, but didn't feel with his injured shoulder that he was going to be able to make it.
Second down and 5. The toss to McAllister. And a good second effort by McAllister picks up the first down as he gains 7. So Jake DeLome, who came in last week and completed that huge third down pass to Joe Horn.
Yeah, that was a clutch play, and it was supposed to be an option as to whether it was a run pass, but according to Joe Horn, who's not exactly soft-spoken, he said that he and Jake knew they were going to throw that thing right from the start. They were going to go for that immediately. And there was Aaron Brooks on the sideline with his coat up.
Joe Horn.
Similar pass, thrown a little. It's the same slant play, thrown a little bit behind Joe Horn, but still Joe Horn wants that. Watch it right here. He just breaks it right here to the middle. And that's one Joe Horn usually catches. Not a great throw, but he will be talking to him. He'll give himself a good talking to. Joe Horn, well, Joe who interviews himself regularly after the game in the locker room. The media doesn't even have to ask him a question. He'll start asking himself questions and then give the answer.
That's right. And then he'll start answering questions that aren't even asked. McAllister down to the 5-yard line. We are told Brooks' return today is doubtful.
Well,
bothered by that same deltoid muscle underneath his shoulder.
Right, and he did a good enough job today in this respect, Kenny. He threw the nice touchdown pass to Dante Stallworth early. And then, as you said, he started to just miscue on the throwing game. I think that shoulder started to affect him. The biggest number he has today, though, I think, is 0. In the interception column, Aaron Brooks did not turn the ball over, and that's been big.
DeLome on 3rd and 5, throws to the end zone, and a penalty flag. Gary Baxter on the coverage. Jerome Pathon, the intended receiver. It's roughing the passer against the Ravens.
And that'll be an automatic first down if, in fact, it is a personal foul, which I guess you saw the preliminary call.
Roughing the passer. Defense from the 58. Contact in the helmet. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
There it is. Boulware gets his hands up on Jake DeLome's head. Watch it. It's not much of a hit, but remember, same thing happened to Jeff Blake. Willie Whitehead puts his hand, doesn't hurt him. Look at that right there. Just puts his hand on his helmet, pushes his head down a little bit, and he gets a penalty. Now, not that I played that long ago, but 9 years ago, that was not a penalty. That wasn't even a consideration, but the NFL working very hard to keep their quarterbacks healthy.
No tolerance policy as far as close to the quarterback's head, and McAllister makes it look easy.
He was untouched on that play.
The Saints again capitalize following a Ravens turnover.
That was just excellent blocking, and it looked to me like there was a miscue between Hartwell and Anthony Mitchell. They both filled to the inside, and McAllister ran to the outside.
John Carney for the point after. The Saints have scored 17 of their 27 points off turnovers. Another 7 following a block punt. Jake DeLome leading the touchdown drive for the Saints.
Ford Focus. It has a European tuned suspension for exceptional maneuverability and control. That's why Automobile Magazine calls it the best small car to drive. So don't be surprised if you can handle whatever the road throws at you. Ford Focus.
Performances by Justin Timberlake, Avril Lavigne, Nelly, Creed, Faith Hill. Plus appearances by Cher, Michael Jackson, and more. Live, Cedric the Entertainer hosts the 2002 Billboard Music Awards at 8/7 Central, Fox Monday.
Aaron Brooks having his right throwing shoulder wrapped. One of those thick ace bandages down on the sideline. They certainly, they're wrapping a bag of ice on it right now.
Brooks out of the game early for the second straight week. But the Saints have things under control, leading 27-7. Chester Taylor taken down.
Looked like he lost the ball, too.
Yep. 19-yard return brought down just shy of the 25.
Mr. Frodo, the ring's getting heavier, son.
A new power is rising.
It is an army bred to destroy the world of men.
How did it come to this?
Your friends are with you, Aragorn.
The defenses have to hold.
They will hold.
The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, rated PG-13, starts Wednesday, December 18th.
It used to be business was conducted face-to-face, and people were helpful. It was known as common courtesy. At Siebel, we make application software that lets you once again give your customers personalized service. It's made a real difference in a lot of successful companies. It could make one in yours. Siebel, good service is good business.
Feast your eyes on the new fajita grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Sizzling strips of marinated steak and grilled veggies. All the great fajita flavors now wrapped to go in a grilled tortilla.
Ooh, fajitas.
Ooh, fajitas.
Taste the new fajita grilled stuffed burrito and think outside the bun.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 37. By Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, in theaters December 18th, rated PG-13. By Lycos, explore all the world you live in. Lycos, search on. And by Ford, the best-selling trucks are built Ford tough.
A look at downtown Baltimore, the Inner Harbor area, with the Ravens trailing the Saints 27-7. Early third quarter. Saints have scored 17 points off Raven turnovers. Ravens have turned the ball over 4 times.
The Ravens have got to go to the air, and they've got to go to Todd Heath.
Another drop. This time it's the tight end, Terry Jones Jr.
Well, the Saints look like they've got this one under control, and you see here they're one game behind Tampa Bay. Atlanta, after losing to Tampa Bay 34-10 today, they dropped to a half a game behind the Saints should the Saints prevail. So Saints in a very tight playoff race. Aaron Brooks got this one pretty much under control, unless Jeff Blake can get the passing game really cranked up.
Blake complete to Jamal Lewis. Into Saints territory, down the sideline. Lewis racing for the end zone. He's in. 77 yards.
Well, you said earlier you didn't know if Jamal Lewis had all his speed back from his knee injury.
He told us he doesn't know if he does.
I think he knows now.
That'll boost Blake's passing numbers.
That's right. That was a fabulous run after the catch by Jamal Lewis. A little dump-off pass, but Lewis turns it into something pretty special.
Matt Stover adding the point after. Longest pass play this season for the Ravens. 77 yards.
Ever notice how many Ford trucks you see out there? Is it because they're so tough? Is it payload, horsepower, towing, their off-road capabilities, the Triton engines, lasting durability? Or is it all those things that have made Ford F-Series the best-selling truck for 25 straight years? Leadership has no boundaries when you're built Ford tough.
Tiki, Mom's gonna love these.
Hi.
Hey, take a check?
I'm just gonna need some ID. Okay. How do I know this is you? Because it looks just like him.
But it's me.
Okay. But it looks like him. This says that you were born...
1975.
Okay. But it could still be him.
Next time, use the Visa check card instead of checks. It'll get you in, out, and on with life.
So, are you guys related?
Hey, we gotta get going. I'll put the hors d'oeuvres in the car. Just grab my brother's gift, okay? You forgot my brother's gift.
No. I didn't forget. It's at Circuit City. We're gonna pick it up on the way. Forget. I didn't forget.
You forgot. That's why with Express Pickup, you can order gifts online and pick up within minutes. It's that fast. Circuit City, we're with you.
Wow, that was fast.
I have no idea.
What?
I'm a player in the National Football League, but that is not who I am. I'm a member of a community dedicated to making a difference in people's lives.
I'm a player in the National Football League.
Jeff Blake delivers a little dump-off pass to Jamal Lewis out in the flat. Blake going to his check down. Lewis makes Fred Thomas miss there, runs through that tackle. Watch him here go up in the air. His feet still moving on Jay Bellamy. Up, look at his feet, still churning when he's got air underneath him. And then the beautiful thing at the end of this run, he high steps it. Watch right here, he senses the defenders behind him. He starts high stepping. And he had certainly enough speed to outrun the Saints defense and get the Ravens back into this game.
Short kickoff taken out to the 37 by Fred McAfee, a 17-yard return. Well, Tim, on the Fox News channel, it's On the Record with Greta Van Susteren. Saddam says he still has nothing to hide. What does the White House do now? Get the latest on the weapons inspections when you go On the Record with Greta Van Susteren on the Fox News channel. Check local listings. Jamal Lewis with his second touchdown today, longest play of his career. He had a 75-yard touchdown run earlier this season. Jake Delhomme remains in at quarterback for the Saints. 3 wide receivers, and Delhomme's pass is caught by Joe Horn. Delhomme's second completion of the season. Both have gone to Horn. This one for a pickup of 14 yards.
And you see there, and you know, Jake Delhomme showing that he's got plenty of arm. He can throw that ball out there to the outside of the field, and he throws it with some zip. So that's a good thing for the Saints, I think, to know that going into the playoffs, especially with Aaron Brooks banged up, which he certainly is, that Jake Delhomme can go out there and run this offense pretty efficiently.
McAllister up the middle, down to the 43-yard line. A gain of 7. Well, Jake Delhomme back in 1999, allocated by the Saints to the Frankfurt Galaxy of NFL Europe, and he was a member of the World Bowl championship squad. He then started 2 games for the Saints in 99 against Dallas and Carolina. Won 1 and lost 1. He was the number 3 quarterback last year behind Aaron Brooks and Jeff Blake, who was the Saints backup. McAllister picks up the first down. Way out to the Ravens 39.
And Deuce McAllister seems like he's really getting into a groove here in the second half, doesn't he, Kenny? I mean, he started out the game slow. I think for his first 12 runs, he was averaging less than 3 yards. The Ravens defense was doing a really good job of containing him. Now he seems to have gotten a feel for this Ravens defense, and he's getting most of his yards by cutting the ball back. So he's setting up the defense, going one way, then cutting back the other way.
Had that 30-yard run earlier. Down inside the 35 to the 34. So Deuce McAllister approaching his 7th 100-yard game of the season. Told you he hit 100 last week, and then he lost a yard. Finished with 99 in the win over Tampa Bay. Second down and 6.
Well, Aaron Brooks' injured shoulder didn't hold up, but McAllister's injured ankle certainly is. Oh, geez.
2 flags.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle by Deuce McAllister.
Terry McCauley sorting out the flags.
Holding offense. Number 26, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Well, Deuce McAllister sees Ed Reed coming on the blitz from the outside. Watch, Reed's going to sneak up here. And McAllister just grabs hold of him right there. It clearly tackles the rookie. He's protecting his quarterback, right? What do you want him to do?
Because if Stallone goes down, it would be J.T. O'Sullivan. The screen to McAllister, and he's cut down at the 42-yard line by Peter Boulware. Gain of just 3.
This is a really nicely played screen pass by Peter Boulware. He senses this one, I think, right from the start. Here's Boulware. He's coming upfield on Spencer Folau. We saw him beat Folau for a sack earlier. I think he sensed that, immediately redirects and makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Hands on their feet. 4 wide receivers on 3rd down and 13. More penalty flags. The play blown dead.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 64, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Left guard, Kendall Jaycox, his second penalty today. So the Ravens have gained some life following the Jamal Lewis 77-yard touchdown reception. A couple of Saints penalties forcing New Orleans back. It's now 3rd and 19. Saints have to get to the 29-yard line for a first down. Stallone to McAllister. And he's tackled at the 38, about 9 yards shy of the marker after a pickup 10 by Chad Williams.
Well, Kenny, we saw Spencer Folau be beaten for a sack earlier by Boulware. Folau does a good job right here. Boulware comes back to the inside. And his old teammates waiting for him this time.
There's Folau, the Saints right tackle. Toby Goen will punt from midfield. Lamont Grateful back deep for the Ravens. Rookie out of Eastern Washington. Fair catch. Called for at the 12-yard line by Brightful. So the Ravens pinned deep in their own territory by Goen. Well, next month, Fox Sports Net introduces 5-4-3-2-1, the only show that takes you inside the world of extreme sports each and every night, with breaking news, event highlights, and insider features you won't find anywhere else. 5-4-3-2-1 is the entire world of extreme sports all in one place. 5-4-3-2-1 premiering weeknights next month only on Fox Sports Net. Jamal Lewis out to the 19-yard line, a gain of 7 on first down. So like Deuce McAllister, Jamal Lewis picking up the pace in the second half.
And just like Deuce McAllister, Jamal Lewis using the cutback against the Saints defense that is aggressive, that does pursue, and that sometimes over pursues. And that's really how Jamal Lewis, I think, has had his best running this season, is on that cutback.
Averaging 4 yards per carry.
I said right from the start, he's a guy who gets stronger as the game goes on.
He's been at his best in the fourth quarter this season. First down and more. Lewis out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 19.
You just said it, Kenny. You said that they need to get the ball in the hands of Jamal Lewis, and Lewis is the guy that's resurrecting the Ravens here late in the third quarter. Just a little dump-off pass to him. Nice blocking up front by Flynn, the center. And now Lewis has got to catch his breath.
95 yards on his last 2 receptions.
Blake sees the 8-man front. He's probably checking to a pass play.
The pitch instead to Chester Taylor. And the rookie from Toledo is out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 5, setting up 2nd and 5.
Well, instead of throwing, they run away from Sammy Knight. Knight comes up to build the 8-man front. Watch Sammy Knight right here. And then Blake signaling a change in the play. And I thought he was going to try to throw the ball. But instead, they try to seal to the outside and run away from Sammy Knight.
Sammy Knight, same strong safety, went to the Pro Bowl last season. On 2nd and 5, play action. Blake to the fullback. Alan Ricard breaks a tackle and has the first down. The Louisiana native attended Northeast Louisiana. Ricard needed 5. He gained 8.
Well, that's one that's going to make Charlie Clemens sick. Clemens had the big strip earlier and forced a fumble. On this one here, he just comes up on Ricard. He hits him, but he doesn't get a good wrap on him, and Ricard just runs right through it.
Ravens scored on their last possession, moving the football. Here's the handoff to the fullback, Ricard. And he gains just 1. Charlie Clemens brought him down, so it will be 2nd and 9. Ravens have turned the ball over 4 times, yet a touchdown here, and they would fall to within 6.
And the success that they're having now, Kenny, here in the third quarter is just these little dump-off passes. Jeff Blake getting the ball into the hands of Jamal Lewis, and then let Jamal Lewis take care of the rest against the spread-out Saints defense.
Lewis with 152 total yards of offense for the Ravens, and Blake is 4 for 6 this half. Make it 5 for 7 as the catch is made for a first down by Travis Taylor, a gain of 12.
And that's a nice downfield pass by Jeff Blake. Really a well-thrown ball, and the key, I think, is that Jeff Blake has the time. Watch, Blake's going to be able to set up in the pocket and deliver this ball downfield to Travis Taylor. Taylor, just a simple outcut, but the ball is exactly where it should be. Watch Blake. Look at, there's the pocket. He sets his feet. He has a throwing lane. He's got everything that he needs. I think the Saints need to put pressure on Jeff Blake in the passing game.
Here's Taylor on the end around for the 2nd time today. Down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 13.
A well-executed play by Brian Billick's offense. They fake the dive play, draw the defense towards the inside, and then give it to Taylor to the outside. There's Matt Cavanaugh, the offensive coordinator, underneath Brian Billick.
Blake will let the time wind down in this third quarter. Ravens on the move, looking to pull within 6 here in Baltimore.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
I can't stay here another minute.
Not what you need to hear. Then Super 8's where you need to stay. As clean as can be 1,900 times over. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want. This place? For that kind of money? Not what you need to hear? Then stay here at Super 8. Clean, comfortable rooms because we inspect them more than any major economy chain. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
Oh, it's girls playing football. Oh, no. These are athletes playing football.
And a sack back at the 21-yard line, and they're calling that a fumble. But Heather Bossman stiff-arming Moon on the carry.
Do you see the stiff arm? Unbelievable. This is a lot of football action.
Keith, I couldn't agree with you more. We all were kind of wondering what we were going to see tonight. I am extremely impressed, extremely pleased. I've broadcast over 450 football games.
I wouldn't want to be out there being tackled by these gals.
America Online's the best place to celebrate the holidays. Go to AOL keyword holidays for all your holiday needs.
I do all my holiday shopping on AOL.
It's great not to have to get in the car.
On AOL, there's a gift for everybody on my list.
I get all the holiday music I want.
Recipes for pies and all kinds of stuff.
I share holiday photos with my family.
But with AOL, I can actually relax and enjoy the holidays.
Happy holidays from America Online. Call 1-800-4ONLINE or pick up a free AOL startup disc at these locations.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder we're number one.
Back in Baltimore as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter. Kenny Albert with Tim Green, and Ravens put together their best quarter of football.
Well, Jamal Lewis, who we know gets stronger as every game goes on, is getting really strong here late in the third quarter, and he's got the Ravens back into this football game.
And throughout the season, his best quarter has been the fourth. Blake looking end zone, looking Todd Heath. Incomplete.
Well, Todd Heath made a beautiful catch earlier over the top of Fred Thomas. Heath goes in motion. He knows that it's him against Fred Thomas again. He's got Ken Irvin underneath, and Heath calls for it, basically saying, look, you put it up there for me. I'll come down with it, make a physical play. But I think Ken Irvin does an excellent job of leaping up and getting right in front of Todd Heath's line of vision.
Wade forced to throw it away. He was under pressure from Willie Whitehead.
And that's what the Saints really need to do. Because we saw with a couple passes ago, the outcut to Travis Taylor, what Jeff Blake can do if he sits back there, if he's able to set his feet, if he's able to have a throwing lane. But when the Saints have disrupted Jeff Blake is when he's broken down. He's not thrown well on the move today at all. He's either thrown bad balls or, in one instance on the rollout, he threw the interception.
Now a 3rd and 10. 3 wide receivers set. Blake fakes and then throws. It's caught by Heath. And Heath leaps for the first down. His first catch of the second half. Well, the Ravens not happy with the spot.
Well, the thing that's hurt the Saints defense has been that dump-off pass to the perimeter to Jamal Lewis. So this time, Brian Billick has his offense fake the dump-off pass. Watch, it's the fake pass out here, and then it's the screen to the tight end. Boy, Jay Bellamy puts the stop on Todd Heath there, didn't he?
And Heath was stopped thanks to Bellamy.
Wow,
just
he iced
short.
him. Watch this right here. Heath leaps up. Bellamy just loosened some fillings.
Heath has been in that position before. He's a cliff diver. He's used to being up in the air, tumbling around like that.
Yeah, you think he likes it?
Yes.
I guess he's just diving off the cliff. Good luck. Oh, they made that look easy. Great surge by the interior of the Ravens offensive line. That's just really good work by Flynn and Mulatalo and Benny Anderson at the right guard.
Play was blown dead. Sammy Knight took the football away, and Blake said, I want it back.
Blake getting a little testy with his former teammate. Well, there's no question that Jeff Blake was offended by bringing the Saints to a 7-4 record, positioning them for the playoffs. getting hurt and then being summarily dismissed. There's Sammy Knight comes in there, and Knight's got him up under the chin, and he just kind of worked him over, but Blake is a running back on that quarterback sneak. He doesn't get the same protection that he gets as a passer.
Now a fight for the ball in the stands. Brooks replaced Blake 2 years ago, took the Saints to the playoffs, and then last season Jim Haslett decided to go with Aaron Brooks, and Blake was making a lot of money, and Saints were about to sign Brooks to a large contract, so they let Blake go.
I think the upside of Aaron Brooks you see right there is pretty good. See great mobility from him. And
Lewis down to the 7. While Lewis now 48 yards, Tim, on the ground, has 108 yards receiving as well at the 77-yard touchdown reception. Also ran one in today. Now 3rd down and 6. Ravens must get to the 3 to pick up the first. Blake into the end zone. Diving attempt made by Heath. Darren Smith was all over him.
Darren Smith's got the coverage. He's going to get inside position on Todd Heath here. He turns, and I don't know whether he puts the arm bar or not, but I think it may have been irrelevant because I think Heath stepped out of bounds.
So now the Ravens send out the field goal unit. 26-yard attempt for Matt Stover out of Louisiana Tech. Stover nails it, pulling the Ravens to within 10. 2 minutes gone by, 4th quarter here in Baltimore.
Look, Roy. Jimmy's emailed us pictures from camp.
Way to go, Jimmy. That's my boy.
Hey, it's a picture from Jimmy.
Dude, we have to go to camp next year.
Looking for more expressive email? Introducing MSN 8. It's our best version of MSN yet with more exciting email. Switching is easy, and if you call now, you get 2 months free when you sign up. Find out why it's better with the butterfly. Call 866-TRY MSN 8 today.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Simpsons Talking Watches, now only at Burger King. Just $2.39 each with the purchase of any value meal.
Cool your jets, man.
Burger.
Collect all 4. And our big double cheeseburger is just 99 cents. With 2 slices of melted cheese and 2 juicy flame-broiled patties. More beef than a big and tasty. Hurry, offers end soon.
Can you keep a secret? Look what I bought Mommy for Christmas. Your mom gave me you. Yes, she did.
This holiday, how do you thank your wife for the best Christmas ever? A K Jewelers 3-stone diamond necklace with free gift would be a great start. And you can be assured of 2 things. First, that every K diamond is hand-selected for exceptional beauty. And second, that she'll absolutely love it.
A little angel assured me you'd love this.
The little angel was right.
Every kiss begins with K.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by K Jewelers. This holiday season, shop K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. By Burger King. Get a Simpsons Talking Watch for just $2.39 with the purchase of any value meal. By new MSN 8. It's better with the butterfly. MSN 8 more useful every day. And by Sprint. Introducing PCS Vision. Clearly a whole new way to look at wireless.
Back in Baltimore, Kenny Albert, Jim Green. Ravens now trailing by 10. Michael Lewis 7 yards away from a team record for combined kickoff and punt return yards in a season. Bobbles the football, picks it up, has the team record, and is brought down at the 16-yard line.
Well, Kenny, yesterday, Baltimore's own Jay Clark and one of our fantastic cameramen out at Fort McHenry. We saw the flags earlier, and These are those ramparts in the Francis Scott Key song that's become our national anthem.
And we'd like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around the world and watching Fox NFL Sunday. We hope you'll continue to join us all season long on the American Forces Network.
We welcome you, and as always, we thank you for what you're doing for us and our families.
Francis Scott Key composed the Star-Spangled Banner right here in Baltimore. At Fort McHenry as McAllister gains 3. Fort McHenry just an Aaron Brooks throw away from Raven Stadium.
Aaron Brooks not in the game now. These two teams back and forth with turnovers. The Ravens with 4 and 2 blocked punts. Saints with 2 of their own. Ravens still in this game. There's Aaron Brooks. He's out of the game now, replaced by Jake Delhomme. Neither team running the ball well in the first half, but Jamal Lewis coming alive here in the second half in the passing game. Short passes that he's turned into big yards. And then Deuce McAllister for the Saints has really started to run well.
Thanks to his strong second half, McAllister is over the 100-yard mark for the 7th time this season.
And look at these numbers right here, Kenny. He started out averaging 2.5 a carry, but here in the second half, that's 7.1. And don't forget, this is a guy who was questionable this week with that injured ankle. So Deuce McAllister again showing his toughness and his value to this Saints team as they get ready for the playoffs.
3rd and 3. Delhomme in trouble. He escapes. Looks for the marker and dives across. Has the first down. Look more like Jake Plummer.
Or look more like Michael Vick.
Yep.
Right? How about Jake Delhomme? This is a fantastic effort. Watch the pressure that he gets. And there it is. And he just rips free from Adalis Thomas. Stays on his feet. And then dives to make sure that he gets this first down.
A huge 3rd down run by Jake Delhomme. Deuce McAllister up the middle. Gains 1. Brought down at the 31. Jake Delhomme in for the injured Aaron Brooks. When Brooks went out of the game, the Saints led 20-7. Delhomme led a scoring drive. And the Saints getting ready for their last 3. They'll host Minnesota next week.
And I think when you see McAllister run straight ahead as he did on that last play, what he's doing is setting up this Ravens defense, because his biggest runs today have come on a cutback. So I think he's setting up the Ravens defense for a cutback run.
On 2nd and 9, it's the fullback, Terrell Smith. Smith out to the 35, gains 4, setting up 3rd down and 5.
Saints now, Kenny, want to keep the ball on the ground. They don't want to put too much pressure on Jake Delhomme. But on this play here, on 3rd and 5, this is one where you got to expect them to rely on Delhomme to make a throw. He did that last week on their last series against Tampa Bay. He threw a slant pass to Joe Horn to seal the game.
4 wide receivers. Delhomme over the middle. What a pass and what a catch by Jake Reed. Delhomme looks so calm and collected in the pocket. A gain of 54 yards.
That's ice running through your veins. He gets the pressure, and then you see that just a fabulous throw by Jake Delhomme. He lofts that ball up over the underneath zone and puts it right into Jake Reed's hands. What a throw. 3rd down and 5. Another really big 3rd down conversion by the Saints with Jake Delhomme at the helm.
Longest pass play of Delhomme's NFL career. Gives to McAllister. Delhomme had a 51-yard completion against Dallas 3 seasons ago. And that 54-yarder to Reed on 3rd and 5. A huge play as the clock continues to run here in the fourth quarter.
Cornell Brown made a nice play, and he's a nice story, isn't he, Kenny?
Sure is.
He was cut by Brian Billick and the Ravens after some trouble involving drugs, and then he went back on his own, got his college degree. And Brian Billick said anybody that's going to make those right decisions, went back to Virginia Tech, he's corrected himself. He's straightened out his life as he straightens out Deuce McAllister.
And it's Cornell Brown again on the play.
He straightens out Deuce McAllister on that play, but he straightened out his life, went back, got his college degree, and Brian Billick said, you know what? I want to reward that kind of behavior. And watch him right here. Cornell Brown, number 90, and he just works right up through the block, and there he is making a tackle.
He is the brother of the Bills All-Pro Reuben Brown.
I not only admire Cornell Brown for what he did, I admire Brian Billick for rewarding a guy who turns his life around and bringing him back on the team.
Good role model, said Billick.
Good story.
3rd down and 10. Malone under pressure, dumps it off. The catch is made by Horn, but stopped about 8 yards shy of the marker. So the Saints will send out the field goal unit.
It was a nice play by Adalis Thomas. Defensive end for the Ravens, who's very, little light for defensive linemen, but very athletic. Yeah. I was a little lighter than that. He's 270.
28-yard attempt for Fernie, who was hit from 34 and 28 today. Looking to extend the Saints lead to 13 points. And he does. The Saints hit the 30-point mark for the 7th time this season.
Yeah, ever since I got this, I feel
stronger, faster.
Yeah, I'm doing this, doing that, bang, bang, bang. This thing has turned me into what's the word?
Want a more powerful phone? Switch to Sprint and get unlimited PCS vision, unlimited night and weekend minutes, and 300 anytime minutes. And now at Sprint stores, get great deals instantly on PCS phones with full color screens.
So you just go around in your costume helping people?
I do what I can.
PCS from Sprint. Clearly, the phone to give or get.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
There's something I gotta do.
Oh, yeah? What?
I love this woman! I love her!
What are you doing? Stop!
Okay, then I guess this will have to do.
Oh my God. I love this man. I love him. I love him. I love him.
These people are getting answers to the most important questions they'll ever ask. Questions about their health. They're finding those answers in a single place. WebMD. 16 million people come to WebMD every month. They find vital information that used to be scattered in 100 locations, now all in one place. The place America comes for healthcare answers. A place called WebMD.
Only Remington has the most cutting blades, the fastest cutting speed, and the most total floating head action. How important is that? Well, how important is a close, comfortable shave? Remington, what a great shave feels like.
The headliners for a very big game here next week on Fox. Packers 49ers, Garcia versus Favre, Amon Green versus Garrison Hurst. A lot of offensive firepower. Two fabulous football teams.
Both teams have clinched their respective divisions in the NFC. Lamont Brightful. Brought down, penalty marker. Tackled at the 31-yard line by J.J. Jones after a 25-yard return. And the penalty against the Ravens, says Terry McCauley.
I think almost as important for the Saints as getting 3 points on that last drive was the amount of time they used on the clock.
Turning return, holding, receiving team, number 47. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Saints chewed up 6.5 minutes on that last drive and scored 3 points.
Turn here. Let's go.
Sure, just hop in. It's easy. What could go wrong?
The Hyundai Santa Fe, with America's best warranty. When you take things in stride, you win.
His name is Henry, Clay Henry. He's a fireman and a Jerry fan from Subway.
He got real big on burgers and fries. Now he's down to a smaller size.
Gets his mic from his legacy like great taste each day from his local Subway.
Looking and feeling better and enjoying the great taste of Subway's low-fat sweet onion chicken teriyaki. No wonder everyone wants to be more like Clay Henry.
Subway, cheap fresh.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
For the Packers, Owens and the Niners. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader next week. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Ravens head coach Brian Billick very excited about his team's future.
Yeah, the most rookie and first-year players of any team in the league. And Billick said to us that, he looks at the Saints and says, that's a team that we'd like to be like they are in about 1 or 2 years.
Ravens will be $15 to $20 million under the salary cap following this season. Pass intended for Lewis. Brady Jackson on the coverage. And Billick gives a lot of credit to the owner, Art Modell, who will be the outgoing owner come January 2004. He said, Modell could have gone for it, kept some of the veterans around, knowing that he will only own the team for one more season next year in 2003. But Modell signed on with the plan, general manager Ozzie Newsome. And the Ravens will be able to bring in some veterans, some free agents, and build along with the young players. This pass deflected and then picked off by Fred Thomas. His second interception today. The 5th Ravens turnover.
This ball goes through Todd Heap's hands. And it's served right up for Fred Thomas. Watch Heap right here. That's about the hardest pass I've seen Jeff Blake throw all day. He guns this one. Heap unable to get his hands up to bring it down, and the crowd now starting to move towards the exit here in Baltimore.
5 Raven turnovers. They also have 2 punts blocked today, as we are under 6 minutes remaining.
Well, we said right from the start, Kenny, that for the Ravens to win this game, as they have won their last 2, they were going to have to come up with the big plays. They were going to have to be the beneficiaries of the turnovers. They were going to have to be the ones to block the punts. They beat Tennessee and Cincinnati in the last 2 weeks because they scored on block punts in each of those games. But as you said today, they were the ones with the turnovers, 2 block punts, and one of those block punts led ultimately to one of the Saints' touchdowns.
Down to the 22-yard line, McAllister, as we check in once again with James Brown.
Kenny and Tim, Jets stay firmly in the playoff hunt, damaging Denver with this victory here. The go-ahead touchdown for the Jets early in the 4th. Pennington to Lavernius Cole, who rolls into the end zone. Jets going to win at 19-13. Denver now 4-6 in conference play. Back to Kenny and Tim.
Thanks, JB. And JB, I know that I'm happy that you got your wife the nice diamond for the anniversary, but I'm sure, despite what those other guys say, that just having you as your husband is enough.
Jimmy Kimmel was wearing the golf shirt today.
Yeah. Well, they have fun, there's no doubt. But JB, not only a great announcer, but a great person.
Loss of 6 on the sack by Riddick Parker. You saw Lavernius Coles catch that touchdown for the Jets. He was a high school teammate of the Ravens' Travis Taylor. 4.5 remaining. Jake Delhomme has come in, completed 5 of 7 for 81 yards in relief of Aaron Brooks. Timeout called by the Ravens as they stop the clock with 4:27 remaining. We'll return to Baltimore right after these messages.
Sorry. It's okay. Stop! Tim here is on his first date, and his family has some advice. With T-Mobile, families can talk all they want. So.
Hello?
Let her win.
Hello?
Tell her she smells nice.
Hello?
Does she come from money?
Hello?
Does she have a sister?
Wrong number.
Families talk free. Additional lines just $10. Only from T-Mobile.
Get more.
Nice bump. I gotta get a cordless headset.
Funny how the holidays turn even the most serious business people into kids again. Consider Office Depot your toy store, because our people know exactly what business people want for the holidays, and we offer a wide variety of gifts at great prices. Office Depot. What you need to know.
Golf Saturday? Can't. It's my weekend with the kids.
Looking for that perfect gift that'll brighten everyone's holiday? Just head around the corner for our new gift card from Applebee's.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Meet Evan, a bachelor construction worker who earns $19,000 a year.
Great hair, great eyes, great body.
And meet the 20 women who traveled to a chateau in France to compete for his heart. Why? They think he's worth $50 million. Now, who would ever give them that idea? Can true love survive a little $50 million lie? Joe Millionaire, a new reality series with a twist.
It's a dream come true. It means so much to me.
That's really twisted. Premiering January 6th on Fox.
Jim Haslett's New Orleans Saints will host the Minnesota Vikings next week, then travel to Cincinnati and host Carolina. Their remaining opponents have a winning percentage of .237.
I think the toughest of those games, Kenny, is going to be the Minnesota Vikings.
Saints going for it on 4th and 10. And DeLong's pass is caught by Joe Horn. On 4th and 10, he makes the catch.
How about
14 yards.
How about the flex by Joe Horn? Yeah, let's look at how Joe Horn's day began. Right? He got here before anyone. Of course he arrived in style. He's Joe Horn. He's a flashy dresser. He's a flashy guy. A flashy player. And then he's got his ritual. Every player has a ritual, and this is Joe's. He's got to lay the uniform out all the way down to the socks and the cleats. And you know who used to do that, Kenny? Deion Sanders used to do the same thing with the Atlanta Falcons when he was my teammate there. He'd lay it out right down to the gloves. See the gloves there?
Did you go in the limo with Deion?
Well, you know, I've actually been in his limo from time to time.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. You know, I mean, I was never a limo guy myself, but look at this. He's got it all laid out there, and all he's missing, he's got no pads there, but all he's missing right here is that's the only skin that you're going to see on Joe Horn in his uniform besides his little face right there. But, you know, he just lays it all out, and then he just kind of uses that magic that he's got, just slides right inside that uniform the way he slides right into the zones of opposing defenses. That was a clutch play.
And then after the game, he'll interview himself.
He's a character, isn't he?
Terrell Smith. Delhomme, by the way, Tim, has completed his last 7 pass attempts.
Yeah, Delhomme, very solid. Going back to Joe Horn, one thing I've never seen before was the move that he put on Brian Kelly from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. Aaron Brooks had the pump fake. Joe Horn put a spin move on Kelly and got himself open in the end zone for a huge touchdown in that game last Sunday night.
Now 3rd down and 1. Here's McAllister into the end zone. Touchdown. Deuce McAllister with his 3rd touchdown today.
Each of those touchdowns got easier than the last one, didn't it, Kenny? But on all 3, he went into the end zone untouched.
And with that touchdown, he ties a Saints record. 13 rushing touchdowns in one season. George Rogers did it back in 1981, and Dalton Hilliard in 1989. The second-year man, Deuce McAllister, in the record books, his 13th rushing touchdown, 3 today against the Ravens. Penalty flag on the extra point. Saints have now scored 24 of their points off the Raven turnovers. Ravens have turned the ball over 5 times.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, leverage, defense, number 98. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The point's good.
Second straight week, the Ravens have been called for a leverage penalty on a kick. So the Saints will make it 9-4, while the Ravens will drop to 6-7. Today's game produced by P.T. Navarro, directed by Peter Bleckner, the Associate Director Fran Morrison, Broadcast Associate Gary Kloster. There's Jay Clark, Baltimore native, former lacrosse star at Johns Hopkins here in Baltimore, braving the elements. Another Baltimore native, Terry Wallace, part of our Baltimore contingent on our crew. Steve Baldwin, Gene Matthews in tape.
Very important part of our crew, those tape guys.
And our technical director, Jimmy Platt, Charlie Danmeyer, and the entire Danmeyer family with us today. Our technical producer, another local product, Kevin McRoby.
Yep, who had his dad here today.
Pre-game show produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The studio technical supervisor is Jack Simmons. The senior producer of Fox Sports is former Annapolis native Bill Brown.
We're just filmed.
And the executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and Sir David Hill. Did you know David
knighted him, huh?
Has been knighted?
In Australia?
Yes.
That's fabulous.
Sir David Hill.
Well, I know of all those Baltimore guys, though. Steve Baldwin's, he's climbing. He's creeping up on 40, isn't he?
I think he is.
Starting to lose his hair.
Starting? Well, Tim, I know you know the big news this television season. America's #1 pregame show is taking its act to prime time. No, that's not Steve Baldwin. It's Terry Bradshaw. Saturday, January 18th. It's Fox NFL Saturday night. As JB, Terry, Howie, Jimmy, along with Jillian and Jimmy Kimmel, grab the spotlight for what promises to be one of television's more entertaining hours. It's Fox NFL Saturday night, January 18th, only on Fox. Ravens go back to work. Blake to the outside. Travis Taylor unable to hang on.
Well, we've seen at least a half a dozen passes thrown by Jeff Blake tonight that were catchable and dropped.
Down to 2:53 remaining.
I think defensively, though, you have to credit the Saints for containing Jamal Lewis on the run game. In the running game, Lewis has averaged less than 3 yards a carry.
Blake connecting with Heath down to the 40. Todd Heath's 5th catch, gain of 21 yards. Up next for the Ravens, they will visit Houston. Texans with a big win over Pittsburgh today. Here's Blake on 1st down. Nice catch this time by Taylor. He breaks free. Taylor down to the Saints 24-yard line. 34-yard pass play.
And then you see Travis Taylor make a catch like that and the run after the catch, and you realize that he's a young player who's got a big upside. The only thing he really needs to work on is his consistency.
Play incomplete, looking for Heat. Cedric Hodge on the coverage as we hit the 2-minute warning in Baltimore.
Fox NFL Sundays brought to you by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
What's Brown to me? One word. Mahoney. Mahoney does the work of three. So instead of three different guys for ground deliveries, overnight, and international,
Hey, how you doing?
and three different pickup times, all I need is one Mahoney and one pickup. You wore the shorts for TV, didn't you?
One driver, one pickup, one reliable network. UPS, what can Brown do for you?
Hey, Lisa, fill you up?
Oui, merci beaucoup. Ça serait très bien. What'll it be, girl? This avec le jambon. And aussi un bout de pain. 2 eggs and ham, Jimmy.
With the new American Express card, the things you buy every day can earn you double points with no expiration dates for incredible rewards.
I'm guessing we're in Paris by spending time.
If they're into music, go to the one place that has it all. There's something fun for everyone at Best Buy.
Deuce McAllister, 3 touchdowns today, his 7th 100-yard rushing game this season for the New Orleans Saints. 128 total yards for McAllister, and the Saints with a big day on special teams and forcing turnovers.
2 block punts, 5 takeaways. That's really tough to overcome. And then Deuce McAllister, as you said, big day for him. Big day for Jamal Lewis, too. 156 total yards, but 77 of those came on the little dump-off pass in the flat that he ran into the end zone. Aaron Brooks, who you see there, who came into this game with a shoulder injury, had a nice touchdown pass to Dante Stallworth early and then started to struggle a little bit. Finally replaced by Jake Malone, who was very solid.
Wake to the end zone, broken up. The intended receiver, the rookie out of Grambling, the former Grambling quarterback, Randy Himes. Getting back to Aaron Brooks, played his collegiate ball about 2.5 hours from here at the University of Virginia. Had a whole bunch of tickets for today's game, and then some of his friends bailed out due to the potential cold weather.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, if you're one of those guys, you know you're not going to get any of those seeds there on the sideline, the sunflower seeds. You're not going to get any tickets the next time either. Because the players have to pay for those tickets. You know, I think a lot of people don't realize. I think players just get the tickets. You have to pay for it. It comes out of your own pocket.
There's Taylor down to the 6-yard line. I don't think many people realize that.
Yeah, they think that, well, you know, you're a player. They're just going to hand them. Even the Super Bowl tickets that you get, you have to pay for. And each player, of course, gets 2 Super Bowl tickets. And the ones that don't go to the Super Bowl, I don't know how many you get if you go to the Super Bowl. You'd have to ask Howie.
When you were a player, did you ever go to the Super Bowl as a fan? Did you ever use your tickets?
No.
Who used them?
Friends and family.
Who did not complain about the weather.
Well, and they always win, too.
Yep. Down to 1:45. Jeff Blake is over the 300-yard mark for the first time since 1999 as a Cincinnati Bengal. Into the end zone. Touchdown. The tight end, Terry Jones Jr., the rookie out of Alabama. He'll keep that football. It's his first NFL score.
Another young Ravens player with a big upside. We saw earlier the number of players who are rookies or first-year NFL players total 16 on this Baltimore Ravens team. There's Jones right there. He works off the press at the line of scrimmage. Just cuts it into the center of the field.
Ravens going for 2. And Chester Taylor is in. So the Ravens are within 12. It's now 37-25. New Orleans, and the Saints streak, if you want to call it that, continues. They have now allowed 20 or more points in every game this season. Well, Tim, you're heading down to Dallas on New Year's Day, the Cotton Bowl, the 67th SBC Cotton Bowl Classic on Fox. LSU and the University of Texas, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific on New Year's Day.
The 67th Cotton Bowl played.
Your fourth?
One of those, yeah, my fourth. One of those traditional college bowl games, the first one of the new year.
So that's a 10 a.m. kickoff in Dallas, right?
10 a.m. kickoff in Dallas, and LSU, of course, everyone down in the Saints country knows they were last year's SEC champions.
So what time do the players wake up for a 10 a.m. kickoff?
You got to get up. You got to eat by 6. You got to get up 5:30. You always got to eat 4 hours before the game.
No celebrating on New Year's Eve.
Not at all. Well, you just saw there was a great shot of the grease board and the onside kick formation that the Ravens are getting ready to use. And you know, the Ravens have won their last 2 games in kind of freakish manners. There it is right there. There you see the lineup, and there's the kicker, and he's got to bounce it off the turf and have that thing go 10 yards. Didn't go 10 yards.
A couple of flags. I want to get back to that eating 4 hours before the game thing.
Yeah.
Is that the rule?
Yeah, because then you can, then you eat your carbs and you can digest them in 4 hours.
So they have to eat at 6 a.m. LSU in Texas.
Ball kicked out of bounds. Kicking team. Offside. Receiving team, number 51. Penalties offset. Re-kick at the 30-yard line.
So Stover will tee it up once more. The only remaining Raven who played for the Cleveland Browns before the move to Baltimore.
Well, the reason why the kickers on the onside kicks always kick the ball down into the ground and then have it bounce up is so that half of these guys here can become blockers. Because if the ball was just kicked up in the air on like a pooch situation, then those Ravens players would not be able to block the Saints.
Also, if you kick it straight up, the Saints would be able to fair catch the football. Brett McAfee, what a job he's done on special teams throughout his career. He's the Saints special teams captain, and he falls on it with 1:39 remaining. Time permitting, coming up, the Autotrader.com post-game show with JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. They'll have scores and highlights and the Fox Sports ticker. The Autotrader.com post-game show coming up, time permitting. Well, the Saints will remain 1 game behind the Tampa Bay Bucks. Each team with 3 games remaining. And if they finish tied, the Saints have the tiebreaker by virtue of 2 victories over Tampa Bay. Terrell Smith. Ravens call timeout. Stop the clock at 1:32. Ravens have 1 timeout remaining.
Well, that ball went to Terrell Smith, but 29 handoffs have gone to Deuce McAllister today, and it's been a nice day for Deuce. He started out this game in the first half with his first 12 carries, only averaging 2.5 yards a carry. But then once we got to the second half and Deuce got that sore ankle heated up, he started heating up, putting it into the end zone 3 times today, 3 touchdowns. and 118 yards on the ground.
7th 100-yard game. 13 rushing touchdowns this season, tying team record previously held by George Rogers and Dalton Hilliard. McAllister adding to his numbers as the Ravens use their final timeout.
If you're in Jackson, Mississippi, where Deuce McAllister likes to go when he has time off, don't look for him in a fancy car, right? Because remember, he told us he leaves his fancy cars in New Orleans and just takes a kind of a winter rat type car to drive around Jackson. Likes to keep very low profile, Deuce. Goes to all his old hangouts, sees all his old friends, but doesn't like to make a big fuss of himself. Of course, a lot of people wondered why the Saints let Ricky Williams go to the Miami Dolphins, and Jim Haslett has said to us all season long, remember, he said, listen, Deuce McAllister is every bit the player that Ricky Williams is and more. He felt like his upside was better than Ricky Williams. It certainly felt like he was better in the locker room than Ricky Williams.
And the Saints have also benefited from the season that Ricky Williams has had for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, they've been rooting for Ricky because if he got over 1,200, which he has already, the Saints would go from a third-round pick for Ricky to a second-round pick, and they're looking at this right now, 1,500 yards. They'll get a first-round pick. You see Ricky Williams has 1,284 yards on the season to date.
Dolphins with 4 games remaining. They'll host the Bears tomorrow night. So Saints could very well be staring at an additional first-round draft pick.
And the Bears, who may have to play that game tomorrow night without Brian Urlacher, the Saints may wrap up their first-round pick tomorrow night.
McAllister picks up the first down, so now Jake Delhomme and the Saints will run out the clock. Their 9th victory of the season, only 4 losses as they come into Baltimore and defeat the Ravens by the score of 37-25. Ravens, another opportunity to pull above 500, but they fall to 6-7, and their playoff hopes are slim.
Well, the Saints came into this game not wanting to do a repeat of Detroit or Cleveland, where they looked at those teams, didn't feel they were up to par. They played down to their level. Today, they kept it at a playoff level, and that looks like where the Saints are headed.
We'll return to Baltimore in a moment.
So